I can confirm.
That's all I needed to know. Let her know.
Her pinky toe's got a shamrock on it, and she's got the colors of the Irish flag.
What is that? What is that? What is that cereal?
Multicolored toes.
What is that cereal?
Lucky Charms.
Yeah. I almost said Fruit of the Loom. Can you imagine if Fruit of the Loom was a cereal?
Sorry about the echo, everybody. But yeah, they say "Kiss Me, I'm Irish," and then she's got the colors of the Irish flag, and the big toe's got a shamrock on it too.
Yeah.
Right, so let me ask you: is it a 4-leaf clover or a 3-leaf clover?
3-leaf.
Have you ever found a 4-leaf clover?
Yes.
I have too.
Yeah.
I bet you Cowboy hasn't because he's on the West Coast.
And there's only 3 on there. Yeah.
Cowboy, have you ever found a 4-leaf clover?
Yeah. Sorry, I'm in the other room. What was that?
He's trying out a new pair of leather daisies. Have you ever found a 4-leaf clover?
Yes.
Okay. Well, we're all in the same club then. Isn't it amazing? You just feel like you're a winner. You feel like you need to go buy a lotto ticket.
Now, let me ask you this. Have you ever found a 5-leaf clover?
I've never counted that high. I've never counted past 4 in my life.
You know, for some reason, I just don't believe you.
No, I don't think I have. And if I have, I probably thought it was just some kind of a weed.
Jason, that's probably poison oak. So just like
yeah. Yeah.
You know, I found a 5-leaf clover and I picked it up, but that was lucky sky. Next time I was itching my ass off for a week.
So how's that dermatitis coming?
Oh shit!
Just to let you know, those are not lucky.
Why am I holding a cigarette without lighting it? Duh.
Do y'all remember those cigarettes back like 15 years ago that had like a metal wire in the bottom of them and they had like little balls in them?
No.
I have no idea what you're talking about there.
Okay. Well, this was on my up and coming stages of being a stupid smoker, but a buddy of mine, his parents smoked these cigarettes, and his dad worked for the Pentagon, but we live in Texas, obviously, but he used to. But I was like, "Where'd y'all get these cigarettes?" And he's like, "Well, we got them from Virginia." But they had it was like a metal mesh wire in the bottom. It looked like a regular cigarette on the outside, but on the inside, it was just balls, and it lasted for like an hour.
Wow.
It was the weirdest thing. And they were, well, I don't remember what they were. I mean, every cigarette back then used to buzz the shit out of me, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, next subject.
Well, I'm sure everybody's wondering where I've been. My sorry ass went to jail.
I thought you were working at the water park.
No, I got locked up.
No.
Yeah. I drove my roommate's car down at the gas station.
You told me the story. You know that, right? You went and bought a burrito.
No. I haven't told anybody the story since I got out of jail.
You told me the story, by the way.
No,
you went inside. You went to get gas. You were like, right?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, you did. You did.
But my roommate's car was stolen. I went to jail for a stolen fucking car.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
I didn't know that part.
Yeah, I got locked up for possession of a stolen vehicle. My roommate's car was stolen. He traded his farm tractor for this car. The guy he traded the farm tractor to traded his boom truck for the car at a dealership. So this dealership sold this other guy this car. It was stolen. So now everybody's going to jail over a stolen car that's not stolen.
Well, at least you're out now.
Yeah. I've got
'Cause
a
if it
felony
was-
charge hanging over my head. So does Debbie, but, you know. Son of a bitch. What do you mean your fucking car's... No, this car ain't stolen. Yeah, it is.
That only has a title.
Had the title for the car and everything.
Do you have your license?
Do what?
Did you have your license on you?
Yeah.
You should be fine.
Yeah, I'll be all right. I'll
Yeah,
beat
you'll
it.
be fine. You'll beat it.
I'll beat it. I won't make the prosecutor look stupid, but I'll beat it.
No, just be. No. Honestly, though, like, because I mean, I grew up. My parents worked for the
That's
county.
not hard to do.
You know, just be polite. I mean, honestly, just be polite and say, "Look, I know you're doing your job." Even talk to the prosecutor in front of the judge, saying, "Look, I know you're doing your job. I'm just telling you right now, this is a mistake."
Yeah. What's funny is the cop didn't have his dash cam on, so they don't have video. I wasn't even in the car, but they don't have Debbie, video of Debbie in the car, so they can't even prove we were in the fucking car.
There you go.
I was in the car, though.
No, you weren't.
But we were completely honest and forthcoming with the cops and everything on the deal. So
Yeah,
It's like-
well,
it's
I
one of them-
suggest y'all
it's
wait
one of
till
them-
that day to say anything further.
yeah, it's like, why make the guy's day worse than it already is? I mean,
Well,
he
you
had just
respect the
come. He
police,
had just
you
come off a
respect
call.
the
He had
defendant.
he had just come off a call where he actually got his ass kicked. He pulled into the gas station to get an ice pack to put on his fucking eye.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, he went on a damn drug bust and they beat his ass.
Did y'all hear about this case in Dallas just the other day, where a
Well,
female
I didn't
officer
do that.
got off duty, went into an apartment complex.
I was scared to
She
death I
thought
was
she was
to
going
jail.
into her own apartment. She thought she was going into
I
her
was
own
lucky
apartment.
I got a ride home.
She went in the wrong apartment and shot the fucking guy that lived there.
You saw it?
Yes.
Yeah. Now that's some shit. And the story keeps changing. I mean, that's pretty local here. I mean, that's closer to Dan than me. I'm in Austin, but he's in Dallas. But we're doing nothing but talking about it all the time. You know, here on the local radio and everything in the news. And it's like, what do you think? I mean, like if she legitimately believed it was her apartment, she could be spooked. But to not turn the lights on until after she called 911? What the hell? I mean,
No, she just drew her service pistol and pulled the trigger, shot the guy, and then realized it wasn't her house because it wasn't the same bric-a-brac.
and I've got exactly. And I've got family that are police officers, and they're pissed about this. It makes them look bad. That's just, she failed on every level.
Yeah. Yeah, she did. On
She failed on
absolutely
every
every
level.
possible level.
Fucking level. I mean, the fact that and now there's new testimony today from people that were witnesses saying that they heard a woman, whether it was her or not, we don't know yet, but a woman at that door, because they lived on top of each other, or one way or the other, whether she lived on the fourth floor and he lived on the third, or vice versa, we don't know that, but neighbors were saying they heard some woman banging on the door earlier that night, or maybe at the same time, and that's what they can't decide, saying, let me in, let me in, let me in. So, like, maybe if this man said, what the hell, I got the police or somebody at my door, and he went and charged his front door and kept it closed and said, fuck you, I'm not letting you in. And that's when she was saying, let me in, thinking it was her apartment still. But, she'd just come off a 15-hour shift, but that doesn't matter. You're supposed to be trained.
Debbie, put the phone back in the window. What are you doing?
Hey, Jason, Candy Cupcakes wants an invite.
Yeah.
But, that's not the
Hang
story.
on, Candy.
That's not the story we're getting here later, like on it. That's not the story on the news at all. The story on the news that we got is that she parked on the wrong level on the garage, which I was looking at, I didn't even see different levels. And then she went into the apartment, saw a shadow, told him, pulled her gun, told him, gave him specific orders that he did not listen to, and then shot him. That's the story that they're telling us out here on the news.
Yeah, well, that's pretty close to what I said. She was on the wrong level. That's the thing. There's too many. I mean, the Texas Rangers are looking into it, so I say just let them do their investigative work. She's facing manslaughter charges. I think she needs to be charged. But
Yeah.
you know, at the end of the day, it really does stain the police. I mean, look, police don't have an easy job. They're tasked with going into places all the time where they don't know what's coming up next. They always have to have dangerous situation rehabilitation, right? Like they always have to go in and like calm down crazy situations. So after a 15-hour shift of that, because the policy is you can't work more than 16 hours in 24 hours. So she worked a 15-hour shift. I don't know if that means that she was going to take 15 off, or not 15, but whatever the difference would be, 8 or 9. But still, it's, I don't know. She failed on every freaking level.
Yeah, they basically got that whole story squashed here in St. Louis.
Candy.
Hello.
Hello.
Access granted. Thank you for accepting the rainbow bright lady.
I'm going to do a shout out to Stephen Kennedy, very first person in the chat today.
I was typing in the chat when you called me. So I would have been
You
first.
know what, Jason? The other night, I tried to do my very first live stream, right? It was like failed because I didn't have everything like put together like I was supposed to, like you guys taught me months ago or whatever.
Yeah.
And also there was no like red light for Google Hangouts, whatever. And I texted Cowboy and he helped with that and everything like that. But it was a failed attempt. But anyhow, the one time I looked down, this is like the very beginning. I had 22 watchers, and I'm like, what the bloody hell? This is my first live stream, and I'm a local idiot. Like, why would people care? But given that, maybe we should go on my channel so we can get more subscribers watching.
It's always
You
weird
gotta,
being a live
you got a
streamer.
really
That was
good.
not no. That was no insult at all, not one bit. But I'm just saying is that the other night, else people wanted to watch, and I think they wanted dirty gossip. Who knows? But still, though,
Well, you got a really good
show. It was a
following.
big show waiting to happen. Big show waiting to happen. So, put on my channel. You have at it. Let you do the dirty part.
You know, can I tell you a secret?
Yes, please do.
Okay, here it is. The only 2 times I've ever done a live stream, I deleted them because I don't know, like I'm self-conscious in that way. Like whenever I do one on my own channel, you know what I mean, where it's just me and like people are coming in, and I appreciate everybody, but like I was just like, yeah, I'm gonna make it private. I don't know. I don't have a platform. I don't make any content, and I don't have whatever. So like I commend the people that do it. You know, Jason, Cowboy, but Digi, you know, rest his soul. But
What
regardless,
happened to him anyways? Come on, like
he's gone.
What do you mean he's gone? Gone?
He's gone.
What?
He
Yeah.
he went out to go play with the dingoes.
He's gone.
Like he died gone or
No. No, it was a surprise to me too.
Of course, she's got to go more.
Well, excuse me for a little happy
No, it's a good question.
tonight. Yeah.
That's a good question.
Hurts.
It's a relevant question, and
I
you're right.
hate
I thought the same thing
Oh.
actually at first. And he actually sent me a message saying, "I'm not suicidal. I'm not this. I'm not that." And he's like, "Now you see me. Now you don't." And
In the window, you're killing my stream.
I'm trying to call my kid.
You left them a voicemail. You don't have to hit any buttons. All you got to do is hang up when you're done talking, and then
I wasn't done talking. Your phone sucks.
Yeah, Jason.
Yeah, tell Debbie I give her a hug.
She's wearing
I miss Debbie's
multicolored
mom.
toe socks, by the way. She is. No, this is not a lie. She's wearing multicolored toe socks.
Oh, it's
She
so
wants
cute.
everybody to know that.
yeah, they say "kiss me, I'm Irish," and then they got little 3-leaf
They've got-
clovers on the big toe and the little toe, and
Yeah, that's what I heard.
it's got the colors of the Irish flag on the other 3 toes. They're actually kind of cute, even though toe socks just creep me out.
It exposes feet for what they really are. And that's
I'm a
just,
barefoot guy myself. You know, if you're gonna wear something like that, that's got, shows your
Oh.
individual toes, just go barefoot.
the bottom of my feet, I can walk on glass. Yeah.
Well, I
grew
paint
up in
my
the country.
toenails too.
So does Cowboy.
Well, he's got a color coordinate. I mean,
Yeah. He's got to dress to impress.
yeah.
It's quite an outfit. You know, I got Scarab's pink top, my Daisy Dukes, and my toe socks.
What about your
It's a-
tankini?
I'm in California. Nobody even knows.
He's got a little spaghetti strap on right now. You don't
Dude,
even
he
know.
has little candy anal beads up his butthole and he'll come eat them out for him. Now that's an invention. Do they even exist?
That's
That'd
some
be
binwat
hot.
ball shit. What the hell are you talking about?
No, but that's actually a hot creation idea.
I
Like,
thought we
What,
were
something that
Contact
melts in your ass?
adamandeve.com.
What are you talking about?
Ew, like I just thought of it. Like, like those candy necklaces that girls wear
Exactly,
for fun,
that would melt in
right?
your butt.
We shove it up the butthole and make it like an anal bead
No.
fiesta.
No,
Yes.
no.
Oh,
Why not? I would eat it.
We gotta figure something out here.
Oh, jeez.
this show went from bad to worse real quick.
Uh-oh, what now?
It's your channel, not mine, so it's okay.
What now?
Candy
I don't know
anal
how
beads
you would even
really
get
are.
that up there.
What?
How do you
I mean,
even
they've
get
got
those up
anal
there?
beads out. They've got anal beads out there, but not the edible ones. I mean, come on.
Well,
They
no, why would you
should.
do- That's called stomach
I'm
problems for the rest of your
trademarking
life.
it, you little bastards. I'm trademarking it right now.
That's called stomach infections for the rest of your life. You're not supposed to eat shit.
Wouldn't be shit though if the person didn't,
A little what's it called?
taking care of themselves beforehand.
A little jet shot of water.
Little
whatever it's-
douche.
Enema.
Yes. Yeah. Their name is, I can't think right now. I'm sorry.
Enema.
I'm really happy.
Yeah, enema.
Yeah,
Enema.
enema.
Enema's-
There we go. Yes.
Yeah, this is not where this show's supposed to
Porn
be going.
stars do those beforehand. Yeah.
They also bleach their ass.
How would I know
Are we
that?
going there too?
Never
How
mind.
would you know
What?
that? How would you know that? That's a good question. Why don't you answer it?
Oh, I'm subscribed to a porn star online. That's how I know. Yeah, there you go. YouTube.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Is it Rachel
stripper.
Rienstra?
Porn.
No, Rachel
it's,
Renstra does the
Shannon
animal
Rose.
shows.
I know she does.
Whatever
I'm kidding.
happened to her, anyways? She kind of ran away.
She got found out.
No, her and Scarab got into a fight behind the scenes, and Rachel just said the heck with it.
Well,
No.
so did Scarab.
But I saw stuff that she was kind of deemed a shill. So
She definitely was. I mean, so I actually had talked to her in the past myself, and
Oh, they did.
yeah, before all that happened. But yeah, the whole thing she pulled with Richie was really weird. And I've talked to Richie myself too, because Richie actually came to Texas whenever Hurricane Harvey hit, and
Oh,
he was
really?
asking for people. Yeah, he was asking for people to like let him know where like the worst parts were or whatever. So I was giving him the different neighborhoods in Houston because I was down there as a contractor. I never got to meet him. I thought I would, but
Okay.
he was actually super nice the whole time. Like whenever we would communicate and everything, so I figured he was fine. But then she conflated their relationship on her
Yeah, I was wondering
channel,
about that.
on her video.
Yeah.
She said that they were
She played
friends
them
or
out.
whatever. And no, she Richie even got mad at her because she acted like they'd known each other for a while, and she said, "Well, I just said that because I wanted to make it look like this is a trusted source." And he was like, "I don't mind if you would have said, that you never fucking met me. Like, that's not the point. The point was you have this information about this doctor and whatever."
Mhm.
So the fact that she did that was shady to everybody. And then the fact that she had been working behind the scenes because she was pretty closely related, or not related, but tied to
Yeah.
Scarab's channel for a while.
Yeah, of course.
She never
Of
said
course.
anything to Scarab about that. This is from my understanding,
Okay.
as far as their relationship goes. I'm not going to speak for Dan, but
Of course not.
yeah. So, I mean, and he knows that, but I think it became a little bit too much. Even, I mean, I don't know if any of you guys remember Angela Cordero, which is somebody who I used
Yeah,
to be good friends with.
they did a video together, like a singing video.
Yeah, Angie. Yeah. So
Yeah.
Angie,
Were they
Angie's,
close friends in real life or just from YouTube? Do you know?
both.
YouTube.
Both
It started
both?
with YouTube, but they actually
became
become
friends.
friends. Yeah. So there was that, and that Angie's actually, I'm hiccuping. Angie's actually how I met Digital Intel. So
Okay.
we used to have shows where she would do the chat roulette, where that was the live shows I'm talking about, where she would do a live stream for 30 minutes, and then basically remember back in school when you would read and be like popcorn, and you'd go to somebody else, or you pass it along. That's exactly what it was. It was like a popcorn version of live streams. So we did that for a while, and that was cool. And it was, and that was spawned off of Daniel's channel as well. So anyway, I mean, that's the history of it. That was over a year ago. But yeah, I mean, some people just decide, like Digital did Mark. He told himself, apparently, I'm done with this. I think maybe he's going into a new job. Maybe. I'm not sure. I mean, it was just, like I said, we just finished a show, and it was a good show last week or two ago, a couple Fridays ago. And then I get this message, and so did Dustin Curtis. I know at least he got one from him saying, now you see me, now you don't. And,
just like that.
Yeah.
That's nice.
No, it's not. I was not happy about it.
And he was never a true devout. I put this in my
but
last
here's the
video.
thing, too. Today is my mother's birthday. So it's also Digital's mother's birthday. 9/11. That's one of the things that we actually...
for that.
We actually connected on. Today's my mother's birthday, 9/11. His mother's birthday is 9/11.
Okay.
So that's what basically was the bridge for us to become friends, and we became the best of friends. Even though he's in Australia.
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. No, I mean, we enjoyed it. Whenever he was going through certain things, I would call him and I would literally tell him, dude, I tried to just basically give him the best advice that I could, and let him know that there are people out there that care about him and stuff like that. So it kind of sucks. It kind of sucks to have somebody just say, I'm just going to delete everything. So he deleted his channel. He deleted his Hangouts. He deleted his, what's the other one? Not the Hangouts, but the Discord.
He deleted his Facebook too.
I don't have Facebook.
Oh, wow.
I haven't had Facebook in 8 years, but yeah, he deleted it. I mean, I assume he probably deleted everything he had.
Do you think he was even
shut everything
affected?
down?
Do I think what?
Well, here's a question, great question. Do you feel that he was truly affected? And if so, if he dropped off like he had, would that not make him in denial to his own self if he was never affected?
I think he was affected.
Either he's never affected or he's hiding.
No, I think
he's hiding out, or either.
So let me say, I think he was affected for sure. I know he was.
No, so he's hiding from himself. He can't handle it. He's fighting.
I've talked to him on the phone literally for 6 hours at a time before.
Okay.
So I know that he was affected.
I've done that with women before. I know what you're talking about.
Thanks, Cowboy.
Yeah, you got it.
No, but I mean, he's somebody who's reaching out because
Digi's got his reasons for doing what he did, and without actually talking to Digi, it's all speculation. But I'm sure he's got a really good reason for what he did.
And I agree that. And so,
that's his own business, then.
What my message to the community would be, because, look, he was like he said in his shows. He said, you know, he called me his best mate. You know, we were good friends. And if I had to give a message to the community, I would say, did you deserve to be left alone? Did you deserve to move on? I think what he was going through. I think what he was going through was something that might have been a little bit too much at one time.
Okay.
He had just reconnected with some certain family members, and maybe he's taking time for himself. I'm assuming, just like everybody else is, but coming from somebody who knows him pretty well, I think that he's taking care of himself, and that's actually the message that I was trying to give him that whole time.
That's wonderful.
So it sounds
maybe
like
he did too much too soon.
I've come to that conclusion.
Player, you know, it was actually you and him on my live stream was the last one he did, and he disappeared the day after that. It was the day after that live stream that you and him came on my stream. It wasn't after a Friday one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was because I know, because I'm getting messages, you know, on there too. It's like, where's Digi? Because that was the last stream, and I bring that up only because he seemed like Digi. You know, it didn't seem like anything was bothering him.
You're right. You're right.
The next day, he was gone.
Well, I got my messages from him Saturday.
Let me look and see what day that was.
But regardless, I think that, like I said, he's gone, and that's fine. Shit, I mean, look, I remember whenever I cut the cord on certain things myself, and age is only a number, so it doesn't matter if somebody has that revelation at a certain age or a certain other age, you know. And I remember that feeling of just like, boom. Like I said, you know, I'm probably the youngest person here. I haven't had social media except you guys, because to me, I don't feel like this is social media. I feel like this is more of a community, as long as I can keep it straight that way.
Yeah.
But I have cut everything else off. I've never once had a Twitter. I've never once had an Instagram. I've never once had other things. And like I said, I've cut off Facebook 8 years ago whenever I was like, this is just garbage. You know, so maybe he got that feeling. Maybe he just said he needs to focus on himself. I know that he was working on you know, and he made a big move. He made, if you look at it in terms of the United States, he moved from Florida to New York just about a year before he came on. That's
Who are you talking to?
It's about time I did a shout out for the room in the panel. Debbie's wanting to know who I'm talking to, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do a shout out real quick. On the panel, we've got Laird Life. We've got Candy Cupcakes. We've got Cowboy. And of course, you've got me with the crown.
Hey, Cowboy, my buddy.
In the chat room.
See, she likes you, Cowboy.
Yeah. Yeah, she does. I mean, if he ever comes to Missouri or we go to California, I'm just going to keep an eye on him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean.
I'm a slippery slipper.
It's going to be.
I'm a slippery slipper.
She likes.
It's going to be the Debbie and Cowboy show, and I'm going to have to go to Michigan and move in with Candy Cupcakes because there's going to be nothing. Debbie's going to be staying with Cowboy, and I'm
Candy's
just
like,
get...
I don't know about that.
Well, Nick is up this way too, so.
Yeah, I know, but
There you go. You just want the baked cupcakes every day.
Do you make cupcakes?
Exactly. Yes, I do like
cupcakes.
cupcakes.
My specialty.
No, but Candy, do you make cupcakes?
Hey,
Yeah, all the time. I'm like known for them around these parts. I'm serious.
Awesome.
I've got to finish my shout out. I've got to finish the shout out.
All right.
Okay, in the chat room, we've got Belinda Burbaker. We've got Lynn McGill.
Sorry, that was
We've
Belinda.
got Stephen Kennedy. We've got Gorgrin. in the room. There's Lynn Miguel. And I thought I'd seen somebody else, but I think I might have been mistaken.
And of course, you got me.
Debbie,
We've got Debbie in the background.
can you tell
she
Debbie
only
that I'm her biggest cheerleader
Yay.
to like not hate me?
Love Debbie. Bad cowboy.
Jason,
Bad.
Jason,
Stop
yeah.
it, cowboy.
I can't
Jason?
wait until I get my next studio upgrade. That way, it's going to be me and Debbie both up with headsets, with her sitting here on the mic as well, where she can hear and interact with everybody else.
She needs to.
I'm going to
Jason,
ask her
ask-
pressing
I
questions.
can interact.
I want
Sort
to
of.
know, are those thigh high or knee high socks she's got on, or what?
They're half calf.
Half gaff.
Oh, okay. They
Sounds
gotta be
It's
a
like
little.
coffee at
sexual.
McDonald's. Half gaff. So, can I say one thing real quick?
Nope. No, moving on.
This ain't your show. It's mine. He can say something.
Damn it.
Okay, all I wanted to say, and this is actually a serious note. Can
Oh,
we
I
please
can
keep?
say something?
Can we please keep
Yeah.
Jesse Spots in our prayers?
Keep
His
who?
brother, Jesse Spots. His brother just took his life a week ago,
Hey, pal.
Oh, shit.
and he's not having a good time of it. He made a very brave video, and
Hey,
I
pal.
don't know if he's reaching out to anybody. I don't know. He made a video, so I feel like I'm okay to talk about it. But at the end of the
Right
day,
now.
I know that it's a tough
Play with
thing
that.
to go through,
Play
and
with your balls and stop it.
Hey, Laird, can you put a link to that video in the chat for everybody?
yeah, let me do that.
Yeah, definitely we'll keep him in our prayers. That's
Can
just
you take a picture of my feet
can imagine.
and send it out? Ah,
Man, that sucks. But yeah, we'll definitely keep Jesse in our prayers.
Thank you.
Wait. You're saying Dustin? Is that who you're speaking of?
Jesse Spots.
what?
Jesse Spots' brother.
Yeah, I know who that is.
What? Somebody died?
Yeah, yes, let's say a prayer for him
Oh.
one time this evening at least.
Why?
We should pray for him together.
What?
I'm gonna be repeating something because Debbie doesn't have a set of headphones yet. Jesse Spots' brother took his own life.
Oh.
Do you have his personal contact information, Jesse's? Does anybody have his personal contact information where we can reach out to him? No? Well, then maybe you should title this video in his name and some honor to let him know that we care about him and his family.
I just put it in the chat. So, in anybody who's seen me on other live chats and stuff like that, they know that I've talked about suicide prevention awareness.
I didn't even know the man, but so
And
Bless your heart, Laird.
here's the thing about suicide prevention awareness. So, whenever it comes in, and I'm saying this just on a very factual basis. So we all know that October is breast cancer month. We all know that November is prostate cancer month. I've lost family members to both of those things. Awareness is great. They always talk about awareness. Whenever it comes to suicide prevention, awareness actually is a medicine, because if your family members and your friends that are close around you are aware, they can see signs of you actually showing signs of being suicidal, and that can actually prevent you from doing it, as opposed to
definitely.
It's just different.
Yeah, I agree.
So,
I agree.
yeah. So it's actually very, very important. I walked for my brother Ryan, who killed himself on October 17th, 2 years ago. And it's not the only. I mean, I lost a stepbrother myself as well. Before that, 14 years prior. So
Yes.
it's tough. It's tough because you have no answers. You have no answers, and I want the message to be,
Mhm.
at least for me. I'm not going to speak on behalf of Jesse at all, and God bless him, man, because Jesse is a great
Yeah.
guy. I've known
course he
Jesse
is.
and talked to him for a long time. But for me personally, not Jesse, but for me personally, the message is, it's okay if you're in shock for too long. You're going to be in shock for a long time. It doesn't mean that you don't care. You're just in shock.
Mhm.
You're just
Yes.
in shock. So it doesn't mean you don't care. If you don't cry right away, it doesn't mean you don't care. If you're angry, it's okay. If you feel like you're mad, that's understandable. All these things, it's a branch. It's like suicide creates this tree of
Yes.
emotion in the family.
Yeah, it does.
Of course.
It does.
And it's very important for us to acknowledge that and become more of a community, because if we can become part of the roots of that, we can actually root out the problem.
Well, amen there. You have a large platform with your speaking. Why don't you start doing videos and address such topics?
I will. Thank you for saying that. I mean, I don't have a large platform, but I will, and I hope so that I can get.
BS and BS some more. What you just talked about was a lot of information in the grand
Yeah.
scale. So take that right there and make that a video, and you go from there. Doesn't mean you have to make
Oh.
a video tomorrow or the next day. Maybe just make one video, but one video is all it takes. You can reach people's souls off that one video. Might as well be equivalent to 100. So there you go, sweetheart, and make a video.
Thank you so
My
much.
legs aren't working.
I'll be right back.
And
I gotta
please
log
pray
away
for
a second.
Jesse, everybody.
My legs are not working. I tried to eat nothing about fell over. If you give me one too.
So, Candy, when do you make those
I don't
cupcakes?
like to need another one, but well,
Would you like some honey? No, I'm just kidding.
Well, I'm asking, like, do you do it for a living, or what do you do for a
I
living?
love bake. Huh?
I'm asking, do you make cupcakes for a living, or do you?
No, I just love to bake. I'm a baker for fun. I'm like a old-fashioned housewife without the husband kind of deal. I love to
Uh-oh.
cook and bake.
Looks like you
I just
you
love
might
it.
need to husband up. That's awesome.
Honey, I've had my opportunities. Trust me.
Well,
Well,
I'm a
when
chef.
Cowboy takes Debbie away from you, I'll come up there. I mean,
I was gonna say I'm a chef and a baker, but I'd prefer to have somebody else do the baking.
Hey, Cowboy.
Hey,
Earlier in the live stream, I was saying, Cowboy, stop playing with your balls. And I wasn't talking to you, by the way.
I know who you
Talking
were
to the Cowboy. Cowboy's
I
right
know.
here with me right now.
But-
So if I speak of any
You can't always
perversion,
take
it's
me
not
away.
to you.
You're with
Hey,
Cowboy
I'm
right
taking
now.
out Cowboy.
Yes, I named a kitten after Cowboy. So I have
Yeah.
Cowboy's right here right now. And he's licking his balls and everything. So I'm not gonna say, hey Cowboy, stop licking your balls.
Oh, you have a dog named Cowboy?
Oh,
Hey,
Cowboy,
Candy.
stop licking your balls, okay?
Candy,
No
I
wonder
figured it
Cowboy
out.
wears Daisy Duke.
That's really funny, Jason.
I had to check to make sure my camera wasn't on. I was like,
Damn.
what? I did.
It's like a praying mantis over there.
oh, it just keeps getting even better for Debbie. I mean, you're flexible enough to do that.
Yes. Oh, but anyhow, yes,
That's a
Cowboys,
lot of
don't be licking your
information.
balls like that. It's not
Does
to, not
me-
See-
like.
See, I have
Do
a
it.
dog named Monkey, and he licks his balls all the time.
Tell my honey I said hi.
Man, do I need to put a parental advisory sticker on this video?
Probably, yes.
Only if you're guilty.
Hey, I'll show 'em my boobies.
Mm-mm.
Yes, not that
That'll definitely do it, Debbie. No, ma'am.
much.
Just show your
No,
toe
but-
socks.
No, I won't. 'Cause
I'll have to take a picture of him and put him up on the next video. I've got to keep my phone over in the
Just make them
window.
sepia tone. That way they don't register as boobs.
What, my boobies?
Debbie's an A cup, so
No, I'm a barely B.
yeah. She calls it a barely B.
I was a barely B when I was about 12. That was a
My
chubby kid.
roommate Bill, on the other hand, he's actually got a nice set of C cups going.
Well, Cowboy knows of a date I went on
That's the-
a couple months ago, and the dude had bigger boobies than I do, and I have an internet surprises. Yeah,
Instead of the October surprise, it's the internet surprise.
don't trust Zeus, Scorpio, or any of those online dating sites.
Yeah,
They
his
lie
boobs
to
are
you.
real fine.
Oh, hell no. I don't know why people sign up for that kind of stuff. Come on.
I don't know. I'm done though.
No,
After that
you're not
last
done.
date,
It's
I
just-
don't want to go back.
It's tempting, but don't. Just don't. I mean,
It's
Go to
not
the-
tempting to get.
go to the grocery store. Go to the library.
I couldn't
Don't-
jerk off for a couple weeks. I could not do anything sexual to myself for a couple weeks afterwards. Yes, that
My
was
goodness.
traumatizing, like PTSD, online dating. So yeah, be careful out there,
Oh, wow.
ladies and gentlemen who are single. Be careful online dating.
See, I've been single for 6 years, and I've never gone online dating.
No, you just go to the bar and do the speed dating thing where they've got the timer and the bell, or every time they ring the bell, you go to the next table and you get the next serial killer that's sitting across the bar.
Ooh, that sounds like tempting. I would have joined one of those.
You know what's funny is actually so we have like what they call supper clubs or whatever, like where like chefs in
I
the local
missed
area will like go out and like cook stuff together and like get together and do that kind of stuff. So I've met a couple girls there, but other than that, you know, it is what it is. You know, I don't need to
Real killer?
go and I feel like it, and no offense, Candy Cupcakes, but like I feel like it's, you know, I don't want to whore myself out.
Don't blame you.
Like if they see me and they know me and they speak to me, that's fine. But I'm not going to put up these pictures of myself and be like, hey, this is me somewhere and this is me somewhere else and this is my height and this is my weight and this is
Almost
whatever.
definitely. Most definitely, I'm anti dating.
It's like a, you know, it's almost like a booking record in jail. Like it's like, what the
The
hell?
last time I did it, well, the only time I did online dating was my last girlfriend. And before we went on a date,
Strippers
I made
Anonymous.
that I talked to her on the phone, and then we did like real time, like, you know,
Skype or something.
Video.
Yeah, I recommend that.
because you know, honestly, I'm not one of those, like, I don't do those when I did the dating site. I'm not. Let's meet for coffee. It's like, no, we're, you know, if I weed through and I get to the point where I'm gonna have them on a date, we're going out to a nice dinner. You know, put some money down. So it's like, yeah, I don't want no surprises when they show up.
Well, you should go to coffee though. You don't waste $100,000 instead of like 8.
Yeah, I don't do the online dating anymore.
Well, you could end up in the same boat my brother did. He was doing the online dating thing there for a while, and he found this really good chick. I mean, she was smart, had her master's degree. She was a concert pianist.
You're talking to about her in the past tense like she's dead.
My brother came home one night.
You don't have a scroll on your truck, do you?
Spitting.
Oh, don't even. You scared
My
my friend so
brother.
bad.
My brother
No,
goes, "That motherfucker had a dick bigger than mine."
Oh my god. Debbie.
Don't know about that one, but okay.
Wow.
Oh.
Honey, toss me an answer.
That's really serious.
I felt bad for my brother, but at the same time, I'm still laughing about that And
No,
here's
that's
what's even
hilarious.
worse: is my brother's in prison right now, so he's got nothing, no choice.
Getting some butt loving.
We went to candied cupcakes. Come on.
No, I didn't mean it in a bad, mean way.
Getting some
My
butt
brother
loving.
went from balling to balling.
She goes, getting some
Ew,
butt
it's okay. Loving is actually really
Oh,
sensual. I was no offense to him.
man.
Hey. You know, so, yeah.
There
Never
is
mind.
no way to salvage the conversation
I was
at
gonna
this
say
point.
I was gonna tell a story, but I'm not even gonna do that.
Maybe it's a good thing that this is on your channel tonight. Yes, I'm really grateful.
Hey, everybody's got so. And poor Belinda
God,
Burbaker.
okay.
Belinda Burbaker sitting there and going, how do I make fun of this one? Good
She
luck.
can't. We're already making fun of ourselves for her. So it's too late, Belinda. We love you, but you can't make fun of us when we're laughing
Yeah.
at our own self. Okay.
Belinda, it's been a while.
I love you.
I haven't seen her in like 2 months.
I've never met
She's
her in my
all
in
over the
person.
chat room. She's all over the chat room tonight. And where have you been for the last 2 months anyway?
Well, you know, like I said before, everybody has their moment. They say, I need to take a little break. I think Belinda might have done that myself or herself. Belinda, if I'm wrong, prove it. Or not
She's
prove
been
it.
around. You guys
Hey,
haven't
she
been.
has been around because she's been talking to me. But she might not have been as active. But, you know, everybody gets their time where they want to say, you know what, I need a little break. You know, and that's different than, like I said before, about what Digital Intel did. But I think Belinda just needed a little break. There were things that she was trying to figure out.
There's nothing wrong with that. I know it's healthy.
There's
It can
nothing
be
wrong with
healthy.
it whatsoever. No, not at all. And I love Belinda too. She knows that, and I told her that. So she knows that, and she'll message me every now and then saying the same.
Well, good.
Yeah.
It's important that
It's-
we keep saying during these times as much as possible.
Yeah,
This
and I
community
get
is special to me, and I
Yeah.
really do appreciate all you guys.
yeah, and I got
really
out of
do.
jail. I got out of jail, and it's like
Turn.
I've got to go live. I've got to go live. I've got to do this. I've got to go live, and I'm going
Before you go to
okay.
jail.
You know, I'm going okay. Every time I went to start thinking about going live, it's like there's Scarab. He's got new shows going now. Now he's got a Freaky Friday. Then he's got the After Hours Club. Then you've got Warriors Call on Sunday. And I'm not stepping on them two. I won't. It was like, come on, guys. And then there's Mandela Monday. I'm going, damn it. All right. We got Tuesday. Nobody's live on Tuesdays. I
know what you
almost feel like
Terrible Tuesdays.
I almost feel like Wembley.
Tell Deb that's the terrible twos, not terrible twos.
It's the terrible Tuesday, the terrible Tuesdays. No, I think terrible Tuesdays might work.
That actually might be good.
Yeah.
Because then there's Monday, and then there's exactly. She might be onto something. Or maybe it's Toe Sock Tuesday.
We're wearing toe socks every Tuesday.
Today is Tuesday.
No, why don't
right?
you go pantless every Tuesday?
Hey,
I go pantless every
No,
day.
no, not like that. No, not like that, Deb. It's it gives homage to Scarab going shirtless on Wendy's channel and getting booted. So there's this like joke that there needs to be a pantless like live stream to make up for the shirtless one. That's where it comes from.
Cowboys got you covered the whole
hey,
week.
I like my toe
Let
socks.
Cowboy go pantless. Okay, Cowboy, you go pantless. Pantless Tuesday for Cowboy.
Cowboy
Oh,
wears
just-
Daisy Dukes or
Just
Ashley
wait.
Chaps,
I'm
one day or the other.
upgrading. I'm upgrading my little studio, and
I'm
I'll
thinking
do-
that maybe you and I, Candy, need to just go ahead and do one of those FaceTimes later on.
You're gonna
Right.
hear a whole
I think-
show about toe socks.
Cowboy's
Just
just
go-
walking around with just a shirt on, like the
Just
Pillsbury
go,
Doughboy,
we'll just go do some Skyping tonight.
or like Donald Duck.
Well, Cowboy's pretty
Are you?
nude here with some really furry balls.
No.
I know you're talking about the cat now.
Oh, you have a cat
Is
named
that what you
Cowboy.
call yourself?
You have a little show about Joe
Wild
Thomas.
jungle cat.
My little jungle cat. Is that what she calls it, Cowboy?
How did
Is that
I
what you
know
call
it?
yourself, Cowboy? Wild jungle. Yes, Cowboy's my wild jungle cat.
Said I
Love
thought you
you,
said My Little
Cowboy.
Jungle Cat, like My Little Pony, My Little Jungle Cat.
Yes. Yeah, most definitely. Yes. I love my cat.
You can't find it in that jungle.
Multicolored.
I love my cat. It's so beautiful, aren't you, baby? Yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna mute myself for a minute.
I want to masturbate tonight.
That's what I told you. I said we'll just Skype later on, Candy. I know you're in the mood.
Oh, good grief.
Get done, girl.
All this,
All right,
all this
go ahead and
cat
label it
talk
whatever
made
you were
me all
talking about,
hyper,
Jason.
So yes.
Oh boy, I can't wait for this one to go around the community.
At least it's not my channel. Hey, thank you guys for taking credit. I don't have to have my name on the title.
If this video does not get flagged, I'm going to be surprised.
You're-
Here's the thing, it probably won't.
It's in your name. It's
No.
okay. If it's in your name, it's okay. It doesn't bother me any.
No, I've used really like specifically like high rated songs in the videos that I have made. They've never been flagged because I have no. I don't have a big. I mean, look, everybody that follows my channel, I love, but it's only like 120 something, which is fine, which is great. I mean, that's way more than I even ever expected. I don't make content. I like talking to you guys, but whenever I do make content, I don't even talk. You know, I just show the
Okay.
sky and the nature and all that stuff. But
That's
I've used
beautiful.
very big. Yeah, no, you should check it out. Honestly, you should.
Well, hey, I'll sub to you. I'll tell you what, you little shit. If you sub to me, I'll sub to you right
I'm
now.
sub to you already.
You are? Oh, I feel like an asshole.
You are an asshole.
Maybe I am. You know what? For all I know, I could be subbed to you, and I just don't have the notifications on. But then you probably don't post videos too often.
I haven't posted one in
Maybe
a while,
that's it.
but
I'll be honest with you right now. I'll tell you if I'm subbed to you or not. I'm not gonna
so watch the last one that I did called Life. Not the one about Harvey. Paul Harvey. Paul Harvey had this speech about the devil, and so I posted that. I think I might have taken that one down, but anyway, the last one that I did that I actually made of pictures that I took for myself, it's called Life, and it just shows the sky and animals, and you know, I let it paint a picture with the music in the background. You know, it says one of these days the sky is gonna fall, and all of one of these days, what is it? One of these days the sky is gonna break and everything's going to escape, and I know, and all this stuff. Anyway, I thought it was a beautiful video, but that's the kind of stuff that I do. Yeah. So,
Well, that's
and I show
kind of
videos of like
similar to
where the
content.
sky is actually like, it looked like there were like these red tornadoes coming out of my sky right by my house. And,
All right.
you know, it says one of these days the sky's going to break and everything will escape. And so I put that there. And then there was a little bunny rabbit that came up to my front door. And then there was just other stuff. And even my
Those are all
original
signs.
video.
Pay attention to all that.
Yeah.
I'm
well,
being
it's
serious.
important.
Pay attention to the smallest things in detail.
You have to. So like,
Yeah.
so the 4 or 5
It all
videos,
speaks to you.
I love nature. So the 4 or 5 things
It all
that
speaks
I've
to you if you
posted.
listen and look.
Right. So like I've got on different videos, I've got bees, very, very close, high definition, slow motion that are flying around this, what they call, it's called snow on the prairie is the name of the plant, but it's a weed, but I let it grow in my backyard because it's beautiful. And I had all these bees and wasps in there. So like I would just go and I'd get really close and film these slow motion videos with them. And there's different sunsets, different clouds, anomalies in the sky,
Mhm.
Just different insects and, like I said, mammals. Uh, this different kind of bulls and cows and cattle. Uh, you know, mushrooms and just everything nature wise. Like cedar trees and all this other stuff. So um, I like them. I actually watch them
Well, it's
myself because I'm
beautiful.
vain. Yeah, no, it is. I like that's what I like to post. I don't like to post anything commentary wise. I don't say anything. It's always just music. And some of it's just driving to Houston after Hurricane Harvey, um, from Austin. And it's
Okay.
Otis Redding, and it's Otis Redding, saying I've got dreams to remember, because these people lost so
All right.
much. Um, so
Yeah.
there's a story
Yeah, they did.
behind every single video that I make. I know that if I did have commentary, it might explain it better, but I just let people explain it to themselves the way that they feel like they need to or want to, because
Well,
I just try to capture it.
that's it's your own individuality. It's good.
Yeah, everybody's got their own personal story,
Right.
and everybody's got their I could put, or you could put a video up, like your one that's got the bees in slow motion.
Have you seen it?
1,000 people could watch that video, and 1,000 people have 1,000 different narratives
Right.
on that video.
Yeah.
That's the beautiful thing about the human narrative. We are so diverse, we're so different, but yet at the same time, we could all find connection in the same thing.
Exactly. Well, and that's the thing. So, like the first one that I posted was called Texas Sky, May to November of 2017, I believe. And that's the one with the slow motion bees. And it starts out with Aerosmith's Bohemian Rhapsody, which is my favorite song, because I'm Czech, I'm Bohemian, and it's a ballad of just different things and emotions and just exhaustion going through. And then you see like these wasps that I film, and then there's a wasp that I found that was dead in my windowsill, and it says nothing really matters to me, and it shows the dead wasp, and it's like nothing really matters. Yeah, so because at the beginning he was saying, let me go, if I don't come back by tomorrow, if I don't come back by this time tomorrow, carry on.
Okay.
But then he says, at the very end, it's the piano, it's a solo piano, and he's like, nothing really matters, and it's just this wasp it's literally head first in my windowsill on the outside of my house, dead, and nothing really matters to him. It's from the same group, because we had gone through so much flooding.
I've been like
so
listening
much.
to that song Metallica the past few days, like on replay.
Oh my gosh, I love that. It's my favorite song.
That's what you call a synchronicity, though.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's my favorite song in the world. My mom and I used to jam out to, again, my mother's birthday's today. Shout out to my mom. But she's a light of my life, and she's somebody who showed me that you can make it through whatever you want to make it through. And she's down in South Padre right now in Texas with her husband, my stepdad, James, and they're having a good time in the rain. But even though it's raining, she's sending me pictures, and they're having a good time. They saw a little water tornado earlier. They'll be coming home tomorrow. But yeah, she actually finally got to retire after working 3 jobs for 30 years. So I'm so happy for her and proud of her. She's a force to be reckoned with, and she's the sweetest person I've ever met.
That she's retired, she's going to get bored, and she's going to go back to work anyway.
I don't know. It's a whole thing, man. It's a whole other show.
Retirement sucks.
Yeah, well, again, my dad was never around. My mom had to work 3 jobs for 30 years, so I think she's happy.
As long as she's happy. Debbie hates being stuck sitting on her butt all day long, not doing anything, not working. She hates it.
You should go apply at that gas station.
Yeah.
Well, it's something. I mean, that's the thing. Like, I grew up around old people, so like, because my dad was never around, so like I grew up at my grandparents' house.
Yeah.
I had family members that actually retired, and they would go find jobs that were like CVS, Walgreens, gas stations, whatever. They just loved it. I mean, they just loved being a part of meeting and seeing people all the time. You know what I mean?
Debbie, it's cold in here because it's September.
Well, that's wonderful.
It's 70 degrees. The window's open. The front door's open because I'm hoping my raccoon comes in.
Close the window.
Then I'll get the fan on.
Close the window.
I gotta take my headphones off and close this window. I'll be right back. And we need to. I need help naming my raccoon.
Well, that's fine. But Laird, I enjoy hearing everything that you have to say. That is really inspirational. Thank you. Like some of the
Well,
words
thank
you just
you.
spoke. Thank you.
No,
You're
no, thank
welcome.
you. I enjoy it. I don't expect people to watch it, but if they do, like I showed my brother the other day, who
Yes.
I have a stepbrother who is only a month older than me, exactly a month older than me. We've been stepbrothers since I was 9, so I guess
Okay.
that's 20 years now. But we're like we're like real brothers basically. But
Right.
he came into town because his sister and my stepsister had another baby. So he came and stayed with me that night. And I've never told him that I'm on the YouTube community or anything, because like I said, I'm not on Facebook or anything either. So he doesn't know. But I showed him one of the videos that I made, and he was like, "Man, this is serious." Like, he's like, "That was beautiful." And I was like, "Thanks, man. Like, I really appreciate that." And he was like, "Did you put that online?" And I was like, "Yeah, I did." But I still, for some reason, I wouldn't give him my like username. Layered Life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because
Being
I just want to
cautious.
keep it to myself.
Don't blame you.
Yeah, I just want to keep it to myself. I'm not looking for attention. With you
No,
guys,
that's
that's one thing.
smart of you, actually.
Yeah. So, I mean, and his daughter Cammy, that's already here, because his wife is also pregnant again now. But my niece Cammy is like everything to me too. I mean, I've got well, 2 nieces and 2 nephews now, but they mean a lot to me. I'm looking forward to having some of my own. And my brother is somebody who, if you've ever seen the movie Step Brothers, it's like the same thing, but instead of being 41 like they were, we were like 9. So it was like more room for activities, and like we hated each other at first, and like then we just totally got along, and this the rest is history. But I mean, we. He's the brother I never had, because I never did one. And I never did have one. I had a stepbrother whenever I was younger, before I met him, that killed himself. Like I said, little John, his John Jr., my mom's second marriage. But then my mom got married to James, which is my stepdad now. They've been together for 20 years. So, this is my family now. You know what I mean?
Well, of course it is.
Yeah. So it's just really special because, I don't know. I mean, he got married last year, and like I was the best man, and got to give a good speech, and see my brother get married. I got emotional like a girl. You know what I mean?
No,
I was just so happy to see him.
Wonderful.
Yeah. So it was awesome. It was awesome. Because it's been such a long time coming for all of us, because families that get together that already have kids, it's a hard thing to merge. It's a hard thing to do, and it was exactly that. So looking back on those days, it seems like forever ago, but it's still not forgotten.
I just adopt everybody else's kids. That way I can send them back home with their parents.
There you go.
Cute.
I'll just borrow their kids for a few hours and send them home.
You're funny. Hey, Layered Life. I almost I'm trying to look for you here on YouTube, and there are a couple other individuals with your name, and
I saw that.
this looks
No, so
familiar.
mine
Like I
is
did
one
search me
word.
before.
Mine is one word.
It's attached. Okay.
Yeah, that's it. It's funny you say that. Nobody gets it right. Like, so for instance, whenever I'm in the chat, everybody says, because I have to look extra hard because I'm a moderator on Dan's channel and other channels like this one and whatever. So like whenever I'm watching the chat,
Okay.
people that say hi to me, I have to look for it because it'll never be highlighted because nobody ever puts it together.
Oh,
But so my name is Layered Life, but it's together.
okay, it's attached. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm out of room to speak. Mine's attached too. I don't suppose.
I've got mine.
let's see if I
I've
can
got
find it
mine
now.
set up to where I can do the @ and do the first 2 letters, and then I can click on your name.
Oh, really?
I'm
Yeah.
not that far
Okay.
along.
Okay, I'm subscribed now. I'm sorry, sweetheart. I was not subscribed to you before. But I did look you up, though. I know I did because, like I said.
You're good. It should be a sunset picture.
Well, here's the thing,
Yeah, I
though.
have you. I have you.
YouTube is going through and they're unsubbing you from people's channels if you haven't watched a video they've done in the last 6 months.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
they're
they actually
automatically
come out with reports and say
yeah.
that they did. It's 10,000 every 6 months that they unsubscribe.
Yeah, they unsub you
Not from me,
automatically.
but in general, 10,000 people.
Yeah, they just automatically unsub people for no damn reason whatsoever. And it's like, are you kidding me? This person only puts a video out once every year.
And they'll unsub you to them.
Yeah,
So what if
Right.
somebody doesn't put
Yeah.
out videos at all?
And they won't
I
have any
mean-
subscribers.
yeah. I mean, they put this one particular channel. They only put out one video a year,
Okay.
and I subbed to them. They were like the 3rd channel I subscribed to.
Is it Debbie?
Aw.
But they unsubbed. YouTube unsubbed me. They've unsubbed me from a lot of channels, and it's like I just watched a video from this guy yesterday. I subscribed yesterday. Why are you unsubbing me from this person's channel?
Jason,
It is enough to drive you nuts.
Jason,
Yes.
go trim me over.
I'll be right back. Debbie's got me doing something.
Okay, that's fine. Take your time.
Yeah, I've got
Fans
7 hours.
back here and it's all blowing back. It's cold air.
She's pointing to the cold air
Well,
right now.
straight over
She's
the right
pointing to where the cold air is coming from. Shit, it's coming from right there. Cowboy. Cowboy.
Turn the oven on and open the door.
Cowboy's busy playing with his furry balls right now.
Please.
Licking them.
That's some flexibility. I just picture this cat, or even a dog. I mean, Cowboy, what are you doing over there? I was
No,
getting
but-
crap for wearing Daisy Dukes, but I didn't know he licked
Earlier,
his own
my-
balls.
Well, my kitty Cowboy was playing with his little toy balls. He loves his little toy balls, right? And I was like, stop playing with your balls because they were bouncing on my laptop. And then I was thinking in the background to the channel, people were probably like, what the bloody hell?
No,
It
he's
was actually
usually
kind
already
of
in the
funny. It
house.
was like Cowboy was playing with his balls.
I
It's not
miss my
far-fetched.
I just put my headphones on and caught the tail end of that. And I got to tell you this right now. Katie Cupcake saying Cowboys playing with his balls, and you saying it's not that far fetched. Just the wrong image popped into my mind.
Well, if he could be, show yourself, Cowboy. Speak for yourself. What the hell are you doing?
Oh, it was great.
Well, They're not hairy, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Prove it.
I didn't say hairy. I said furry.
But they're not
Fur
furry.
and
either.
hair, two different textures in a way. Think about it. So
That's actually true. That's
Animal
like the difference
hair.
between down and
animal
feathers.
fur and then your human hair.
Yeah. It's like a down pillow versus a feather pillow.
Yeah. So
How do you
got
say
some
pillow?
Downy.
You probably say pillow
Family
wrong.
married.
Candy cupcakes. How do you say
Could
pillow?
I go play with him, huh?
How do I say what fur?
Pillow.
Pillow.
Say it again.
Pillow.
Pillow. She goes, pillow.
Pillow.
So you say Pillow.
Pillow. Pillow.
Cowboy, go ahead.
That's my spelling. That's my spelling bee contest for you.
Cowboy,
Pillow.
Cowboy, what you got?
Hello.
He says pillow.
Pillow.
He says
pillow.
PE. He says like physical education, LLOW. By the way,
TI.
none of you guys realize that the ultimate troll, Layered Life, the middle two letters of that fucking, excuse my language, of that word is LL.
Pillow.
LL. Layered Life.
You have a BB in here and a CC.
Well, oh my gosh.
I don't know. I'm lazy. I say pillow.
Hello.
Pillow.
Hello.
I pronounce it Pilla. It's a pillow.
Pillow.
What?
Toilet with an R.
Yeah, toilet.
Toilet. That's how my grandma says it.
You're in the hillbillies, right? Hillbilly area. I mean, you got your door open, waiting for the raccoon to come in. You traded a tractor for a car.
Yep. Yep.
I haven't done the hillbilly lately, so I can't speak there. I'm sorry.
Oh
Well,
man,
the
I'm trying to
first
think
thing
of
you
good ones.
got to do is you got to go out there and you got to find yourself somebody that's got an outhouse for a toilet because they got indoor plumbing. They ain't no hillbilly.
Oh, no. You're using your ozone voice.
Yeah, we got to talk about the sky falling down bullshit. I mean, I got to wear a hard hat and shit because the sky is damn falling. I mean, the ozone's falling to shit and falling to pieces and crap. And, I done had a piece of it fall out the sky and hit me in the head, knock me the fuck out. The problem is, whenever I woke up, somebody done stole my piece of ozone. Now, who the
I woke
fuck's
up
gonna
and I
steal
was
that
seeing
shit?
Yeller.
I just want to know why.
There we go.
Wait for a raccoon to come in the house.
I gotta name this damn thing. I mean, he curls up in freaking bed with me and shit.
A
So
wild raccoon.
I caught a snake the other night, and I've had it in a jar for like 3 days. I need to let it go.
Nobody comes up to bed with you except me.
Debbie, we have a raccoon that comes in the house and curls up in bed with us.
Why? Don't do that.
Why haven't I discovered this?
They carry Lyme disease. Come on, yeah. They got ticks. Don't do that.
Do you think I'm freaking worried about Lyme disease? Good grief. I get bit by so many ticks every year. And yeah, I've had Lyme disease. It ain't no fun. No, I'm pretty well immune to it. Rocky Mountain spotted fever had that. That sucked.
More like Rocky Mountain High.
We can't get that brand of weed here no more.
Oh gosh.
Wheat. Who said anything about wheat?
I said high, but I mean like he's high thinking that.
Oh, I thought you guys. Never mind.
Don't
Wait,
let a raccoon
Cowboy,
in your bed.
did I tell you I was
Jason.
happy?
So now we all know Jason lets raccoons in his bed.
I'm sober. I'm very sober tonight.
Jason lets raccoons in the bed.
Ew, no drug. I don't do drugs, you guys. I don't know why Cowboy would think that or say that. I don't do anything.
Nobody on the panel said that, but you. You
Ooh,
did
okay.
it to yourself.
I was teasing. I like to joke sometimes. I was teasing. Lie. I'm just joking. I'm
You did
sober.
it.
I
You
promise.
did it. You did it
Teasing
to
and
yourself.
joking.
You did it to yourself.
I'm sober right now. I promise you.
No, we've got a snake that lives in the house and has
Do you know
lived here
where
for
it's
3
at?
years.
Do you know where it's
The
at?
snake? Yeah. I don't know where the snake's at right now.
Okay, good.
No.
That'd be a problem.
Where is the snake?
It's in the
Where
pantry.
exactly, Debbie?
Oh,
Yeah.
She said, "Where is that snake?"
Yeah, the black snake's
it's a
in the
black
pantry.
snake.
Yeah, the black snake's in the pantry right now.
Just
I haven't had a black
tending
snake
to
my
your
whole
dry
life,
storage.
honey, so I can't speak there for you. I'm sorry.
They've just got a black snake tending to their dry
No, I
storage.
never had a black snake. I never touched one. Well, wait,
I've
no,
got
excuse me. I have touched one. I never played with one though.
You know what's weird? I've got a Texas brown snake in my house, and I don't know why. I caught it the other day going to my driveway. I was taking the trash out, and it was on the driveway, and I was like, "Get over here," because they're
Talking
not.
about an actual snake. My bad.
Yeah, well, I mean, so I put it in a jar, and then
We're
now it's
talking
still.
about something else.
I was just like, "You get in here. You get out of here. You get in here." So I didn't know what to do with it, so it's still on my counter. I don't. It's still alive. I mean, I
I
fed
need
it
a
a cricket.
drink. I'll be right back. I'm so sorry. I thought you were talking about something other than a real snake.
Oh, this is real.
I can't. I need a drink.
I'm laughing so hard. Katie, you just trolled yourself. We can't do anything better. We can't do anything more. You trolled yourself.
No, Jason, I'm not even kidding. I caught a snake and it's in a jar on my counter right now.
You need to take that. You put it back in the yard. It was on a mission. It was going after crickets or something.
I gave it a cricket, and that's what it ate.
Snake?
Okay, I'm gonna put it in the yard.
Yeah,
right
he's got
now.
a Texas brown snake. He put it in a jar and it's sitting on his counter right now. Take the thing and put it back outside. Let it eat the crickets. I mean, do you want the crickets in the house? I mean,
No,
just
I
take the
don't.
jar, turn it upside down in your living room. I mean,
Turn it loose.
All right. I'm doing it right now.
I mean,
Well, I just been
Turn
keeping it.
it loose.
if you're gonna keep it, I mean, you got to get a big aquarium. I mean, we're talking
know.
probably a 30-gallon aquarium.
It's in a fucking mason jar. So anyway,
Turn it loose.
I'm doing it right now,
Let
Debbie.
it go back where it lives.
All right, you hear this? I'm letting it go. I got tape on this thing. Hold on.
Yeah, tape
All right.
Carrie,
Letting it go. It's free.
awesome.
It's free. Hold on, let me take a picture.
Oh, shoot. I'm gonna have to go to the bathroom.
Hey, Candy. I'm not used to seeing that picture of your avatar without the horsewhip. Where'd that go? Oh, dropped off.
We got Carrie Stones in the house now.
Carrie Stone's in the house now.
You know,
Very right.
there's another me running around now too.
There's two of you?
another. Yep. There's two of me. You've got me with the funky looking fish hook, and then there's another Jason McFall running around. It's got this white avatar.
Yeah, I know. I'm the one that pointed out Rainmaker.
Oh no, different one.
Is it a different
I
one?
shut Rainmaker down. I shut that one down. I've shut a ton of them down. Now there's another one running around.
I haven't seen any other ones. Where are they running around at?
I popped into Salt and Cedars live stream like I'm already here. I'm like, oh, you got a kid. So I just went ahead and I went into lurk mode and just that didn't start already seeing myself going, I'm not already here. That I'm here. I went back and I'm looking and going, well, they haven't said it bad yet, but I went and I got them blocked off YouTube. And I said, now the real me's here. Now I'm going back into lurk mode. And this was day before yesterday.
Huh. People love you.
Yeah, they're copying me. I don't know why. Carrie, I do not do Facebook. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put my email in the chat. You can email me. But I don't do Facebook. I've got a Facebook account, but I haven't logged into it in years. I don't touch it no more. I did something that pissed off some members of 4chan, and I've been put on attack ever since. I don't know what I did to piss off 4chan, but I don't think it takes a lot to make them guys mad. But I did something, and they've been coming after me ever since.
Yeah, I don't even know who they are.
Nobody really knows who 4chan is. It's all a bunch of anonymous people. But it is something to piss off a little select group of them, and they've been attacking me.
Maybe it's Layered Life.
Jason, throw me the scissors.
I don't.
In a world.
I don't think Laird do that. I don't have the scissors, Deb. My scissors are gone. Fine.
You lost your scissors?
Yeah. Again.
What do you mean?
No, I've got a pair of scissors I have for my beadwork, and they disappeared.
You lost a pair of scissors that you have for your beadwork.
Yeah. Well, I've been in jail for 2 weeks. I'm still trying to get everything put back together again.
You're like Humpty Dumpty.
Yeah.
All right, I'm back.
Yeah, Q is 4chan. I'm gonna do
Oh my god, how many knobs?
I'm gonna do a whole video on the QChan map and what I or the QAnon map, excuse me, and what my opinion is of it.
Oh, can I say something on that?
Yeah.
So, I don't know if it's QAnon related or not because I don't really follow QAnon. But do you remember whenever Trump went to the White House? I'm sorry. Whenever Trump went to the Vatican?
Yeah. I didn't follow that really close either, and I should have.
Okay, so I did because I was raised Catholic. So his wife wore basically like a funeral garb, like her dress and her dress, you know, the way she dressed looked like she was going to a funeral, from my recollection. And I haven't even looked it up today. But if you and honestly, that's the case. So I'm gonna have to look back on it. So if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But from my memory, she was wearing black.
Yeah, she everybody was talking about what she wore. Like,
I think it was black. I'm pretty sure it was black. So, and then she also had like a, you know, like a black head thing or whatever. Maybe not, because again, I did watch it. The finite details, I could be wrong about, but look at what's happening to the Catholic Church right now.
oh yeah, what's going on is just absolutely nuts.
Well, it's basically a funeral for the Catholic Church.
Well, they've got so much stuff getting exposed. Even the Pope's going, I don't know what to do about this shit.
Right.
Which I don't think there's ever been a Pope that's been able to go, I know what to do about this.
No, but there's also been popes that have said literally nothing.
Yeah. At least this one's vocal about
I've never
it.
trusted.
I mean-
I've never trusted Pope Francis. I've never trusted Pope Ratzinger, or whatever he went by. Fuck. What did he go by? The
Paul to something.
No, that's Paul John II, but that he died. But or John Paul II was before him. But no, before Francis was somebody else. His name was Ratzinger. He actually was a Nazi youth kid.
Yeah.
Anyway, doesn't matter. And I will say this. I mean, I grew up in the Catholic Church. I went to Catholic school. I would, you know, first period was Mass every day. I was an altar boy. I never got abused, ever. I'm not saying that doesn't happen. Obviously, I know it does, but I never did. But there were things about the Catholic Church that I disagree with completely. Man, I got the hiccups.
I had them earlier.
It sucks, man. I hate them.
Jason, you have scissors over there.
No, I don't have the scissors.
So one thing that I hate about the Catholic Church, for me, was my father went to prison. My mother and my father were married in the Catholic Church, and they kicked her out because they got a divorce. They got a divorce because he went to prison. He was not going to be out for a long time. He was in there for the majority of my life. He just got out like 4 years ago, so he was in there for like 26 years.
Oh wow.
So there was no other. I mean, what do you expect? My mother to just wait. You know what I mean?
Do you have a knife?
Anyway, so I thought that was wrong because my mother didn't do anything wrong. My dad went to jail for things that were nothing to do with her, and I thought that was wrong. So I've always had a skewed version of that. And her birthday is again today, 9/11, and then that happened on 9/11. After that, obviously in 2001, but
I think you need to sharpen this thing.
all I was going to say is I feel like my mother got the short end of the stick on all that stuff, and that was something that I feel like the Catholic Church was just too, I don't know, too clouded about, too short about, too whatever. Didn't have an open mind. So I didn't respect them after that. Whenever they, like, imagine going to church every week with your mother and your father and whatever. Or actually, for me, not. Like I never went to church with my father. My sister did, but I didn't. But then for me to see that my mother was not allowed back, that really sent a message to me. And then I had to go to school there, the same school that she went to, the same school that her parents went to, my grandparents, on my mom's side. Outcasting somebody who's such a good person was just wrong to me. I don't know. Apparently, I'm not even supposed to say this stuff because I have the fucking hiccups. Yeah, I fucking hate the hiccups.
Yeah, I hate the hiccups too. Hey, Carrie. You got my email? You can email me. I'll get a hold of you through Hangouts. And now you have a wrench. Now you can throw it at people. I'm trying to. Dang it. It's not letting me copy this. Dang it. I've got to do something real quick.
How do you close this thing?
You don't. You can't be, and I do.
Cowboy, what are you doing, brother?
I'm not at liberty to say.
There.
Oh, God.
You wouldn't believe it if I told you anyway.
Oh, I don't know about that. Do you have any input on anything like the Catholic Church or the shooting in Dallas? Or
Boy, I got probably more than you want to hear. Yeah.
go for it.
Well, I think the Pope, didn't he get accused of molesting kids himself? The guy has done everything he can to destroy faith in God and Jesus. The guy is horrible. I have a good
I
friend.
can't stand this, bro, to be honest.
No, seriously, I have a friend that I've had for over 30 years, and he is like old school Catholic. And in the beginning, he was like, yeah, in the beginning, he's like, I'm not going to say I agree with what the Pope is doing, but, in the Catholic Church, we're supposed to, stand behind him. Then it turned into, well, we think that God's using this Pope. You know how God uses bad things for good. And now he's like, yeah, our church is trying to figure out how to get this Pope out of here. I mean, and, so that
I didn't
says
trust
a
him
lot.
from the day that he was actually anointed. Really did. And I felt that way because of the way that Ratzinger actually resigned. What did he go by? Why can't I not remember this? Because
You could join Carrie on a mobile. Do you have Hangouts on your phone? As long as you have Hangouts, you can. It doesn't matter if you're on the laptop or not.
I'm getting ready to actually send her an invite right now for
wanna
her
hear
to join the panel.
Yeah, we want to hear what you have to say. Yeah, but
And Carrie, do yourself a favor and remove the post where you put your email up.
Jason, you have fair stuff.
No, I don't have a pair of scissors over here. I don't know where they went. They disappeared while I was locked up.
Hey, Jason. Jason,
Yeah.
do you have the scissors?
No, I don't have the scissors.
You don't
I
have
don't know
the
where they're
scissors?
at. No.
Hmm.
Why is this not letting me click the invite button? This is
Yeah,
not
so this
right.
Pope, I mean, this Pope has said things that, I mean, seriously, Jesus is just a man. You don't have to believe in Jesus to be saved. He's going to baptize aliens.
yes, yeah.
Seriously, I mean, for it's sick. The guy, I had a long conversation. And my friend was in town last week.
There's a lot of other
And-
things too.
Well, and I talked to him about that. I'm like, with all this going on in the Catholic Church with the molestations and all this, I'm like, this has been Satan's plan from the beginning. You got the Catholic Church, right? And to me, it's kind of
It's
like
been corrupted from the beginning. I hate the Catholic Church
Yeah.
because it's the
Okay,
original
okay.
business.
But let me explain something here. That's a strong word. You hate the top tiers of the Catholic Church. My friend, I love him. He's awesome. He's Catholic. I love him. He goes Catholic Church. He believes in Jesus Christ as a savior. There's really good people at the Catholic Church. Now that's kind of like Freemasons to me.
Myself included. I went to school. I went to church 6 days a week for 12 years
Right.
because first
Well,
period
look-
was mass, and then we went on Sundays.
But if you look at like the Freemasons, right? So you have like people can come in and they think they're doing great works in the community and they're all pumped up. Freemasons is great. Well, once you get up into the higher levels, right? Then that's when they really, expose what they're all about. It's the same thing with the Catholic Church. I mean, those guys at the top, yeah. But it doesn't mean people that go to Catholic Church are not.
But their
You know.
policies, their overlying policies, are also bullshit. Their
Yeah.
overlying policies of saying that somebody who marries in your church who happens to get a divorce because the things are out of their control is no longer welcome back into their church. My mother was not welcome back into the church because she got a divorce from somebody who was locked away and sentenced to 20 years.
No,
And then
Yeah,
got
right.
that's awful. That's fucking stupid, in my opinion.
It is. And the other thing too, I was telling my friend too, is like, dude, like you believe in Jesus Christ, right? Yeah. So why do you go sit in like and talk
Exactly.
to some guy?
You don't
and
have
tell
to
him
do that.
You don't have to do that. I asked him, I said, do you ever pray at home? He goes, all the time. Who do you pray to? He's all Jesus. Well, there you go, dude. I mean,
That's all you need.
done. You don't need to go tell some other guy and have him tell you.
You
what
don't need
do.
to have that basket passed around. You don't need to go and do all this shit.
They got a bunch of secret rooms in the bottom of the Vatican. I mean,
The
the statues
catacombs.
there, the statues there, the paintings. I mean, they got a lot of symbolism there that, that aren't necessarily, but I would say, leans towards,
Look at
good.
the throne. Look at the new throne. Have you seen it? It looks like a fallen angel. You've got to look it up.
There's not just that. I mean, you've got entire shrines that are made out of bones.
That's exactly
Full
right.
human skeletons. Like, what?
Exactly. No, you're exactly right, Jason. That's what I'm saying. It's evil. It's honestly, it is, in my opinion, the trick.
Hey, we have somebody new in the house.
It's me.
Hello. Hey, Carrie, you might want to turn your camera off. It screws Jason's stream up.
How? Wait. I think I found it. Hold on. Talk again. I can take it off. Hold on. There he is.
Are you talking to Naya?
Is that better?
Yeah, that'll
Yeah.
work. We got Gary in the house. First time ever on this channel.
Oh yeah. But I've run into all of y'all.
Carrie's in the house.
Yeah, first time talking to Carrie. Hey, Carrie.
I've chatted a time or two.
First time
With
caller,
me?
long time
On the
listener.
stream with me?
I've talked to, I think, all of y'all in the chat on other pages.
Oh, yeah, but I mean like in person, like this.
Oh yeah,
Right.
no, not to y'all. I've never been able to chat like personally. But I don't know if you saw the last comment that I just made about my great grandmother.
Yeah.
Talking about the Catholic, they say this, and this, and you can only do this. They have a lot of restrictions. My great grandmother, she pretty much helped raise me, and she was Catholic 100%. But she had a crucifix in her living room, and she'd say, "Would Jesus approve of that? Why are you acting like that?" And it scared us as children to death to look at this crucifix of Jesus looking down at us. In a sense.
Right.
A memorial service at a Catholic church, and I was blown away that I could not stand and say the prayers that I knew by heart because she had prayed them with us. They're like, if you're not Catholic, please, sit while we pray this. And I'm like, wait, no, this lady helped me through what I've been through. Wait, what are we talking about? Sit? No, I'm going to stand and I'm going to preach and I'm going to pray. And so I didn't. I respected what the pastor, priest, whatever they are in Catholic religion. She just overall, had morals. I believe is what it was. But I was mind blown whenever they told me I couldn't stand and say the Lord's Prayer at her funeral.
And you got to say it right too. You got to do the
Oh, absolutely no, but that was in
the debtors.
2011.
You got to do the debtors. You can't do the trespass.
No.
It's got to be debtors now.
In 2011, it was trespasses and trespassers.
They
That's what I was.
changed it.
That's
and
what I was brought up, raised as, and she used to rock in a rocking chair and right next to our bed every evening because there was four. It was me and my sister and my two cousins. She kept us over the summertime. She loved kids, and my dad, my mom were working, and our parents were young, so we'd stay with her while they were trying to get an education, work, and all. And she'd rock in the rocking chair, and she'd count her rosary beads every night. She'd say her Hail Marys and her Our Fathers, and I never read it in the book, but I knew it by heart. Whenever I come across that new change, I was like, no, because I know what I know, and I know this woman was not crazy, and I know this woman grew from the ground up, and her mother was actually from France. So that's like your true Catholic origins, let's say. And so she wouldn't pray anything wrong over us, and I knew that. But whenever I heard the change, I was like, it's always been trespasses, because I was confused as a child. I'm like, what does that exactly mean? But reading it back, I'm like, debtors? She never said debtors.
It doesn't even make sense.
No, it doesn't, because a debt is not a sin. A debt is you owe somebody some money. Unless you don't pay it back, then you're a stealer. You're a thief.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, that makes no sense.
That's exactly right. Her parents were from France. Mine were from Czechoslovakia, so the same thing. I mean, they didn't even speak English till they were 15.
Well, that's like her. She was the first generation born in America, in New Orleans, Her mother was shipped on a boat. I don't know if it was illegal. I don't know if it's immigrants. I don't know how that worked back in the 1800s. But she
Who
was
dat?
raised my great grandmother. So that would have been.
No, I'm kidding. I said Hudak from
Oh,
Columbus.
no. See, that's I still only live like 50, 60 miles from there, but it's a way different genre over there.
You're in Lafayette.
No, absolutely not. I'm in Mississippi.
Oh.
But the funny thing is when they lived in New Orleans, growing up in the old days, they had their country house in Mississippi, like where it was just backwoods. And now where she had her country house, there's a Walmart, a McDonald's. It's like an established town now. And now I live in a town smaller than what she moved to. But no, she had a big impact on my life, and that was what really influenced me on the whole. I was like, trespasses ain't there? But wait a minute. And I go to my son's Bible, and it says just sins. And I'm like, okay, that makes more sense than debtors. If you're in debt, you're not in trouble. If you've sinned, you might be in trouble, depending on if the Holy Spirit has convicted you or not.
Right. Trespass and debt are two different words.
Absolutely.
I got it.
Yeah, they're two different words. They got two different definitions. They're two different things. It's completely different.
I have to say, I'm grateful that I had her in my life to be able to instill like morals in me, because that's what's like kind of lacking nowadays is all these people that had this, like, it's not there anymore. Like, I still try to teach my children, but it's like I can only teach them what she shared with me. But the things she didn't share, like I can't call her up and be like, hey, grandmother, what was this, and this? And she's not here. I can't. She'd say, oh, the damn TV. That's her excuse. She'd be the damn TV.
She might be onto something.
But she's not here anymore. She died in 2011. But just saying, like, she's one of the original people that saw like the turn of the century altogether.
Put that on the shelf.
But she was incredible. I mean, she really,
she was the matriarch.
Oh yes, absolutely. And I try to. She is such an inspiration that I try to redo. No, I don't want to say redo. Like my oldest son, he remembers the things she used to say, and not necessarily the prayers, but I remember her specifically praying every night. She'd count her rosary beads. She'd say her Hail Marys, her Our Fathers, and she'd go to bed. I wasn't old enough to question why are we confessing to a priest? I wasn't old enough for all that. And just a moment ago, I did comment. I said, it's your own journey, and I have to truly. That is my 100% belief. Is because without these people that still had a chance to instill this in our lives altogether, there's still a little bit of hope holding on. But without that, I can't say I would be where I am. So everything happens for a reason, and I've helped my kids. Confidently, I can say that. With their perspective, and I don't want to say Christianity, in their life journey, that they all have a purpose. I've got 3 boys.
There you go.
But they all have a significant reason. Like, I mean...
Well, and your son remembers your grandmother's presence more than anything. He might not remember...
And he is the one that led me back to church. And it was not Catholic. It was... I grew up... So, my grandmother was Catholic. My dad, he grew up Catholic, had to go to Mass, had to do the whole private school thing.
Same here.
But then at high school, he changed, like he moved with her into their country house because of issues with his parents. So anyways, he went to public school, and it was way different. But that's where he met my mother. And they were young. They were 18 and 20. But it's like, okay, so I have a purpose. And then my child comes to me, and he's like, well, where does... we lost my great-grandmother, and which I say great-grandmother. I was the oldest of, we had 5 generations within 2 years to 82 years. So we were very young having children, so to say.
Right.
So 5 generations, and she influenced my very young son, not counting what she did to me, my father, my grandfather. But
so you had a baby before your great-grandpa died, so that's 5.
My great-grandmother.
great grandmother.
Yes, I actually have a picture of the 5 of us together. Yes.
That's amazing because I got
And
a
I
picture.
love that.
We only
I
made it
love
to
that.
4.
She adored him. She loved him to death. She's like, "Can I babysit?" And they had just diagnosed her with dementia. And I was like, She's like, "Just go to Walmart, go run some errands, and I'll babysit him." So I'd walk outside, for 15 minutes, and she thought I was gone for an hour. She's like, "Oh, I had such a fun time keeping him." And I was nearby listening just in case. I just walk around the house,
That's sweet.
But just to feel her heart, because she was a kindergarten teacher, but she was so involved with children. Like, she wanted to instill morals in children. We don't have that nowadays.
You're
we really
right.
don't.
No,
But
it's
the few people that are left, like, there might be a few, holding on to faith and hope. And I hate to on and preach, but I feel like that's what I'm led to share right now. But it's people like her that we need in life.
no.
She's
Now
not
it's just
judgmental.
stick a smartphone or a tablet in front of their face and just let them.
Absolutely. And I
do
took
their
mine
own
away from
thing.
my kids over the summertime because they become little freaking brats. And I was like, all right, no more video games. And, it really changed them over the summer. They were very, they were like, "Mom, can we go outside? Can we do this?" They reminded me of myself as a child instead of just zombies in front of freaking TV.
That's amazing.
I really think that the TV zombified them. I mean, I've overheard subliminal messages. I'm like, wait, all right, I'm blocking this channel. I'm blocking this channel. Because it's things
Well,
that are
imagine back
said,
in the
they
day,
don't-
you couldn't block anything. I mean,
Oh, no. Well,
we used to have
had, like, 5
VCRs
channels.
and
Yeah, right. You have to sit there and hold rewind the whole time.
right.
Yeah, now it's all kill the zombies and
Well, now it's all digital.
cannibalism and
Right, but I did say zombified, but I mean that very lightly. As in, my kids are just not themselves.
No, so for instance, like whenever my mother got remarried back in 2000, my step siblings, whenever it'd be time for dinner, they would basically, we'd be like, "All right, it's time for dinner." They would just be wide-eyed looking at the television. I never had that.
Well,
My grandfather was like my father, and he passed away in 2003.
Well, that's kind of like me. Like, my great grandmother helped raise me.
Me
we
too.
Never
And my
ate
grandparents
in front
helped
of the
raise me.
TV. We ate at the table.
We ate together.
So now I've raised my children. We eat at the table. We don't eat in front. We don't have TV trays. We don't have that in our house. We don't eat in front of the TV.
Good for you.
And my kids are like mind blown. Well, I got little girls.
No, I mean that.
My
Good.
phone
When I was saying good for you.
On my son. He's he'll be 12 next week. But he's got little girls messaging him like, I'm like, you
Happy
can
birthday.
call and conversate with my son. I'll give you 15 minutes, like my mom did to me.
Oh, I used to
she's
call
like-
girls when I was 12.
So she's like,
oh
I
yeah.
feel weird.
I'd say,
talking on the
"Hey,
phone."
Mr. So-and-so, can I speak to Kayla?"
No,
or
she
whoever.
won't do that. She'll message me, "Can I call?" And then she'll call and be like, "Okay,
Get
so I
off
feel
that
weird
damn
talking on the
thing
phone."
and spend some time with your wife.
She says, I feel weird talking on the phone. I'd rather message. And I'm like,
And I
"Okay,
hope they all heard that.
we're not growing up in a Instagram, Snapchat. This is not what I'm raising. My kids don't have a telephone for that specific reason. She's 11 and she's messaging me yesterday about their breakup. And I'm like,
That's
have you
way
told
too
my
young.
son? She's like, "No, I haven't talked to him, but I hope you don't hate me." And I'm like, that's between you and him. Y'all are children. You're in 4th, 5th grade. Get over it. It's not the end of the world. You got many more of those to come. But I mean, that's
Oh,
what it's
I
come to,
remember that.
though.
I remember my first kiss was in the 4th grade.
Oh, absolutely. I just had a nostalgic moment. My birthday was 2 days ago. Well, 3 days today. But
Happy
I
birthday.
messaged, thank you. I actually messaged my first kiss and I was like, "Oh my God, do you know what happened today, 21 years ago?" And it hit me how old I was.
Well,
He's
you're
like,
21?
No, I was 21 years
21st.
ago. No, I'm 31 now. On my 10th birthday, I got my first kiss on the cheek.
You're
Got
just a baby.
message-
Oh, I got a mouth kiss, and I'm 29. I
Oh, wow.
got a mouth kiss, but now she's married to my cousin. So there you go.
Yeah. I mean, like, I had not reached out to this person in a very long time. And I was just talking to my husband. I was like, "Oh, yeah, I remember this, particular person in this situation." And I added him as a friend. 2 days later, it hit me who I just added as a friend. And then I was like, wow. Whoa, wait. I got
Tomo,
pictures of that day.
we
Throw
haven't
that.
made love.
About 21
in
years
over a
ago.
month because you're always
Debbie.
on the fucking internet.
Debbie, that's too much information.
Get off the
Oh
internet.
well,
And if you're going to tell it right.
it's
You
been
got,
too.
you got in trouble. You being supervised.
Yeah, I'm in trouble.
Sounds like Jason's got to go.
Debbie's
Sounds
sitting
like-
over there screaming, you haven't made love in a month. Been longer than that.
So you just got out, right?
Yeah, I just got out of jail.
So you saw when my brother-in-law is going to be out next week. 2 years. And you know what? I don't like, again, I don't want to sound preachy.
No, it wasn't
But-
you being in jail. You're on that damn fucking net. You're on your damn talk show.
Debbie,
You're
everybody, bear with me for a second.
Is that your mom?
Debbie, you want me to keep doing my shows. You want me to grow this. You want me to get my confidence up. You want me to make it so that I can do the shows that I get offered and have the confidence to do the shows that I'm getting offered.
no,
Please
I don't.
stop telling me to quit doing the shows while I'm in the middle of doing a
No.
show.
I
While I'm doing
don't.
them.
No, I don't. Whatever gave you that idea that I wanted you to do this shit? No, I do not.
The words that came out of your mouth.
I said you're good at it. That's all I said. I wish you
Ask her to
quit.
let it be an inspiration.
I'm trying to figure out how to respond without turning this into a
Ask
confrontation.
her to let it be an inspiration.
You know, let this be an inspiration.
Good luck with
I'm
that.
being genuine.
All right,
I know
you're
you
not
are.
feeling. I will acknowledge that.
I'm about to say,
I'm going through and upgrading my little studio, and I'm gonna have it so that Debbie's got her own set of headphones, and she can be on here and listen to what's going on. I'm gonna get a camera and get a slightly better internet connection.
Good luck
But
with
we're
that. AT&T is
Yeah.
doing a lot.
Oh yeah,
Like they are all over. We live out in the sticks. They are all over. We have lost
You've
more
got a
internet.
good radio presence.
they've got my internet so messed up.
Absolutely.
tell Debbie I like her socks.
Laird Life
who's
likes your
Debbie?
socks, even though he hasn't seen a picture yet.
Who is Debbie to you?
Oh,
Debbie is my wife.
Well,
Hey,
then acknowledge her a little bit nicer. Just, I'm a woman on here.
I'm-
I'm outnumbered, but I'm just trying to encourage you.
send it.
To be an inspiration.
Cowboy's over there doing something crazy.
She probably got butthurt that I was talking.
No,
Okay, my toes black with shamrock on it.
She's
yeah, I'm gonna have to
so
take a pic. Yeah, she's talking about her socks.
Yes. And my next toe is lime green. Next toe is yellow.
Where's that toenails?
And
No,
No,
Yes.
she's wearing toe
middle
socks.
toe is
Oh.
bright orange.
Yeah, she's got like the Irish flag on her toes.
That's
I got
awesome.
the Irish flag right there.
But you're sharing that on your show, so give her kudos for that.
What does this say?
If I'd have known her toe
Kiss me,
socks,
I'm Irish.
if I'd have known her toe socks were going to become such a huge thing on here today, I'd have took a picture and I'd have it up on the screen presenting and locked on my screen, and all
Jason.
everybody sees her toe socks.
You can always change
What
your
do my
thumbnail.
socks say? Kiss me, I'm Irish.
Is
No,
she
actually,
Irish?
they say "kiss me, I'm a cloverleaf."
Is she Irish?
Yeah,
No,
good
I am.
question.
She's British.
All right then.
I'm Irish.
Okay, so Debbie's living on false pretenses with her feet.
I was just thinking that.
So I'm confused.
Well,
Debbie.
my family thought we were Scottish, then we found out we were Irish.
That sounds like you're Scotch. That's
Oh,
what they
boy.
call Scotch Irish.
Yeah, that's exactly
Hey,
what I
thought
am.
we were Irish
And-
as soon as I found out we were English.
And Debbie thought she was Irish, and then they found out they were
Speaking-
British.
Speaking of, can I go into detail on the whole location
Yeah, I
issue?
still got the Irish, so.
Can
Hey,
I mention
Robin
the
Neely.
location?
Uh-oh.
My,
Kmart.
my son has a homework assignment, and he has
Oh.
to find out how many consonants there are.
7.
All right. That's what I learned. But now there's potentially 6, maybe 5, maybe 7, maybe 9. But-
7.
They tried to say Eurasia was one landmass, so it's now not Europe and Asia. It is Eurasia.
That sounds like a disease.
Absolutely. And then there's some island off of Australia that might be its own continent.
Tasmania?
Yeah. No, not Tasmania. It started with a T. No.
That's what I just said.
No. It wasn't Tasmania.
No,
New
it's
Guinea?
not Tasmania. There,
New-
yeah, there's
New-
there's an entire continent
New Guinea?
north of
It's not New
Australia.
Guinea. It's not New Guinea. It is New Zealand, or it's not New Zealand.
Oh,
It
that's
is
that. They call New Zealanders. They call them guineas.
Well, it's a new continent as of 2017, and I'm like, wait, what? As I'm googling it, trying to help.
No,
my
you're
son with
actually
his homework.
right. You're actually right. We've gone over this before, and my memory is too poor to actually remember exactly
I
what it
remember
was.
7 freaking continents, and I went to name
It's
them.
7.
And he's like, Mom, you're wrong. And I'm like, yeah, I was wrong. And when you were in kindergarten, there was no Pluto. Now Pluto's back in the freaking solar system. So tell me I'm wrong.
No, Pluto's gone now.
It's in our solar system here in Mississippi.
No, it's not a planet though. It's in our solar system, but they declassified it as a planet back in 2011.
No, okay, so that would be 2 years before he started kindergarten.
It's
Yeah,
a dwarf.
moon.
It's called the dwarf planet now, and they're
It's
going to
a planet
reclassify
now
it as
for
a
my
planet now.
kindergartner.
It's called a planetary object.
So my oldest son is in 6th grade. My youngest son is in 1st grade. And
So
the
he's
first
learning
grader,
geometry.
well, oh gosh, you should see their geometry scores. But the 1st grader is taught that Pluto is part of the solar system. My 6th grader
now
was
it's
taught
not.
it was no longer.
Hmm.
And I'm fussing at them about homework and how they get it wrong in test scores. And I'm like, I don't even know what to teach my kids. Like, how does
You need
this
to go to your
work?
1st grade teacher and ask him if they're Mandela affected.
My
Debbie,
1st
Renee
grader's
said-
teacher.
Your 1st grader's teacher.
You
Okay,
know,
well, I
I'm
know my 1st grader
real
is.
tired.
No,
Oh,
you need to go to the
not
teacher who's
being
teaching
able
your
to
1st
hear
grader and
what's
ask him,
going
are
on.
you Mandela affected?
I'm fixing
I'll have
that
to
problem
mention,
over
well,
the next
see-
2 weeks. I'm fixing that problem over the next 2 weeks. Renee on the chat room says she loves your laugh. It always cheers her up.
Yeah, well, I'm not laughing now.
There you go, Debbie.
Tell her I love her Irish socks.
No, look, this doesn't work. I've tried every day.
Well,
Every
listen,
time I'm on,
Richard.
every time I'm on, I say, Jason, tell Debbie I love this and I love that and I love her, and she's just like, whatever, Larry Life, you suck. She just hits off those foul balls.
Well, that can be just a woman. Just saying.
I
Jason,
mean,
what are you doing wrong here?
You're
I
not
don't know,
doing
the-
nothing wrong. It's just you
The
exist
problem is you
sometimes.
can't put it on speaker.
yeah, I can't put it on speaker.
You're
so
not on
Debbie
speaker?
can't.
Well, at least
No,
put her on
I've got-
freaking speaker.
I've got the headphones on.
You're
Here,
screwing it all up.
let's
She's
try it.
got secrets.
Tell her when you're on speaker, it makes it sound worse.
Let's try this. I took my headphones off.
You've got 3 chatters.
You feel naked?
I heard a chuckle.
That was.
Oh,
Oh my god, I do love to laugh.
I don't know how bad the echo is going to be.
It's not too bad.
It's already a full volume.
In a world. Does she know about Mandela? Like, is she aware? Because my husband is
Well-
oblivious to it. He hates it. He's like, all right, I'm over this shit. Whatever. Get on with life. He's like, tomorrow the sun's going to rise and it's going to go down and I got to go to work. It does not change anything.
You're talking about your husband?
Yes. But for what it's worth, like I'm watching my cat chase her tail and tomorrow she's going to be doing the same thing. And it's still Mandela affected or not. It's just awareness. Because she's still going to be chasing her tail. She is oblivious.
Mandela.
That's not Naya.
I am so over Mandela. It's been like 2 years. I'm like, what's next?
Oh gosh, it's
I'm
been
ready
longer than
for
that
it.
for
Hey,
me.
Terry Soames.
Yeah, no, I think so. For me, let me just say this in closing. For me, at least, because I got to go to bed. I'll be in Houston in the morning.
I'll be in Houston in 3 weeks.
Oh, good for you. Hopefully, it's not raining.
Absolutely.
But regardless, I got to go there for work. But anyway, I think the Mandela effect. I think you're right. Whenever you said you're over it, I wouldn't say I'm over it because I don't want to let it go necessarily. But at the end of the day, I think that I think we maybe put too much emphasis into it, and I think that we don't see it for what it is, in my opinion, which is like a jumping and diving board into what should be.
Absolutely.
I agree.
Well, wait. So who's speaking?
Layered life.
Okay. So what I can say on the whole Mandela thing is it's not so much that it happened; it's being aware that it happened.
Right. Well, it's
Because
using
some
that
people
as
they're just now learning. Like, oh my God, where's Monopoly Man's eyepiece? And I'm like, oh my God, you're so behind. Like, but no, it's a part
Not
of where it's a part of the journey.
Debbie.
It's a part of the journey and awareness.
Let me tell you, there are legitimate Mandela effects. So for me, again, like the original Mandela effect was Mandela himself. I was hospicing for my grandmother whenever she was on her deathbed, and she saw that Mandela was buried in 2011 or 2013 or whatever it was, and she said he already died. And I said, Grandma, no, because she was all chock full of medicine.
All right.
And I said, no, there's no way.
Get into it with these people.
No, these people, Debbie, my name is Jeff. Anyway, regardless.
Hey, the Mandela effect is all a figment of everybody's imagination.
What I'm trying to say
Why
is
so
we
many
need to
people's
use it.
imagination?
Let me just say this. What I'm trying to say is we need to use it as a tool for ourselves to
It's
actually.
not the point. Absolutely, it is
Yeah, it's
part
not the
of.
point.
It
We
is
need to use it and use it as a diving off point to show ourselves that we can actually have an open mind about other things.
Absolutely, it's a stepping stone. It is not the end.
Stepping
it's not
stone.
the point.
Thank you. That's the word I was looking for. It's a stepping stone. Thank you.
To the next point that we got to get to, which is soon to come.
Okay, I don't know if you can hear Debbie or not. She's back here screaming. It's an excuse.
It's not an
Excuse
excuse.
for what?
I'm 31 and I'm
For
my
everything.
child is 7 and he knows it.
For
Like
the
he's
Mandela
genuine with it.
effect.
My son argued with me. Like no mom, they changed it. I'm like, who's they? He's like, I don't know, but it's different.
Just they. 4-letter word.
But and
No,
our
I've got-
description in our house is who is they. Our description is anyone outside of our home.
Right.
Like anyone that tries to commit you otherwise, like it's
It's a
irrelevant.
mindset. It's a mindset.
Absolutely. But no, yeah, you're right. It's a stepping stone on just awareness of being awake.
Thank you.
Like that's my perspective. Is I needed that to get where I am now. It's part
Yes.
and I come
And
into this
if you stay on that
conversation of
diving
we
board,
all
though,
have a purpose and a place and everything happens for a reason. Like that's where I come in this conversation.
but that's my point. So like people that stay on the Mandela effect basically stay on the diving board at the pool and they never actually go and jump into the water.
Oh,
So
I've jumped in and found out.
You need to jump into the water is my whole point. Exactly. Because you don't want to be the
Come
kid
up
that goes back
swimming.
down the ladder.
Don't go down drowning, but come up swimming and breathe what's real nowadays.
No, what I'm saying, but there's still people stuck on the diving board.
Oh yeah, my husband's one of them.
Yeah.
Because they're just
He
obsessed
only
with
believes
just
Forrest
the
Gump has
Mandela
changed.
effect. They're like, oh, Forrest Gump, oh, Tom Cruise, oh, Jaws, oh, this, all that, like all the other things.
Oh,
Bernstein-
it's logo changes. That's another thing. The logo changes
Right.
all
No,
the time.
you need to actually
there's no
progress.
history. There's no history of those logos.
Right. Heat it up, microwave it, let it loosen up a little bit, and see what you see next. Period. Just keep going.
It's
Yeah.
open-mindedness. That's what you got to do. But it takes a lot.
It does take a lot, but it takes disconnecting yourself from the community for a while to actually see that. It does.
He
It does, and we've all
disconnects
done it.
to South America often. I mean, but he still is not aware of the changes. Just saying, he works in South America, but he disconnects. But he's like, "Woman, you're crazy." All right, I believe you. If that's what you want to think, I remember what I remember, but I don't remember everything, and I think it just changed, and we don't remember it. I'm like, okay, that's fine. I don't hate him for it, and I'm hoping he'll just
No, don't ever hate him for it.
No. I just hoping he'll be. My hope is that he'll be aware of it one day, and then think, "Oh, woman, you weren't crazy," you know.
It's so funny to say woman. I called my grandmother woman.
Well, he calls me the wife. I'm the wife since 13 years now. I'm the wife. Or the old
congratulations. Lady. Oh yeah, you said y'all got married young.
Well, we've been together for 13 years. 11 years. November this month on the 11th is our anniversary. No, November is our 11th anniversary on the 10th.
Okay, well, in 29 days, happy anniversary for the 11th anniversary.
You're right. Thank you.
No problem. Y'all have a good night. I got to run because I'm going to Houston.
I'm going to get in trouble.
Nice to meet you. What's your name, Carrie?
What's that?
What's your name again, Carrie?
Kiri.
Kiri.
It's got the word ear in it for a reason.
It's got the word ear in it. Yes, ma'am. Okay, so
don't
Kiri.
Call me ma'am.
Okay, well, I know we're about the same age, but Kiri, thank you so much.
All righty.
Have a good night, Jason. Thanks for having me on, brother. I gotta be in Houston early.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave everybody with this little party thought. The Mandela effect is awesome in the fact that nobody's right and nobody's wrong.
Absolutely. Even when you try to prove them wrong, you might be wrong. Tell them the truth. Just saying. I done tried to prove the Flintstones, and that crap changed on me. Back.
I mean, every one of us has got different memories. Every one of us remembers it differently. We just need to get over that fact and just go, okay, you're right, I'm right, but we're both wrong at the same time.
Right. Agree to disagree. Agree to disagree. Know that there are changes. Just awareness. Somebody's doing it somehow.
Yeah.
But
it's approaching 1 o'clock, Deb.
I think it's a side effect. I don't think it's necessarily something that was meant to happen.
That's a good opinion. Side effect of what?
I think side effect, like you take your medication, you have side effects.
I do take medication.
And I think that when they did the CERN thing and the D-Wave computer, I think it's a side effect. Like if you look at the Philadelphia Project, right? What they discovered during the Philadelphia Project wasn't what they set out to look for. And so I think that the Mandela effect is nothing more than a side effect. And then from that, they looked into it even more of like what they could do with it and how to use it and what they're doing with it. I have some Mandela effects. I don't have as many Mandela effects as the most of the community. I don't have personal
that's Mandela effects. Right?
Yeah, I don't have personal Mandela effects with the biblical because I didn't.
Oh my goodness! But to have your grandmother pray every night and I hear it and read it differently, it's like, oh my gosh, what was she wrong? She's not here to tell me.
Well, to me, it's the same thing. Like some of us see certain things, like
some of them I do not see. I do have to admit, I do not see a lot of them.
So
and I'm like,
we all don't.
Was it?
Yeah, we all don't. It's not like everybody that sees a Mandela effect all see the same exact ones. We all have some we don't. And that's
like the
just
Monopoly Man. Some people are like, oh, he always looked like that. And some people are like swearing by lyrics of words. And I'm like, I don't remember that.
Right.
It's
so, I mean, that's
perspective. It's growth in yourself.
Yeah. And so, that's kind of my take on the Mandela effect. I think it's just, I don't think people went back in time and changed some million things. I think it's just us, because when we talk about the other dimension, and time is irrelevant in the other dimension,
Oh,
it's
that's
hard
got
for
my
us to
attention
grasp
lately.
how things can happen, but very easily. I mean, think about it. No time in another dimension, and the D-Wave computer. It's not my words. These guys straight up said they put questions in it. It goes into another dimension. They get an answer that, well, they say they don't know where it's coming from. We know where it's coming from, but from the other side, right? From the other dimension. So
But how many
why can't
movies have the relevance of that exact what you're saying?
that? Okay, well, that's the thing is they when they do things, they have to tell you
No.
the way they look at it. And I saw somebody a video on it that explained it perfectly. If they have to tell you what they're doing, and
Okay.
and
Oh, wait,
look
wait,
at
can I
it,
interrupt
go,
you right there? I just shared with my son. We had a big birthday party, and I maybe shared too
Happy
much.
birthday,
I
by the
haven't
way.
opened up. Thank you. I haven't opened up Mandela to all of my family, but I did make a little note to the people. There was probably about 30 people here about NASA. They're like, "Well, what about NASA?" I said, "Every single one of their photos are they're images. They are not photos. They're not pictures. They're not photographs. They're images." I said, I said, just pay attention. I said, I'm not telling you what to do. I said, just pay attention and be aware of what they say NASA says. My son just started doing photography in school. He's learning stuff. I take pictures. I do photography, kind of like amateur stuff. But I get people compliment it. I don't think it's what it's worth, but whatever. People compliment it. So what I have has .jpg on the end or dot whatever. NASA has images. An image can be a painting. An image can be anything created by art. A photograph or a picture is taken with a camera. You hear me out? So
Right.
my son is 12. Well, he will be 12 next week. So he's like mind blown. And now he's doing photography in school, well, in his little gifted class or his little recreational, whatever he does. And he's like, Mom, he's like, it's not an image. It's a photograph. Like he tells me. And I'm like, I done told you that. He's like, but Mom, like when we learn about it, we learn it as a photo, a photograph, a picture. And I was like, yeah, but NASA don't have none of them. Just keep that in mind. And he's also the one that thinks the Earth is like a chocolate chip cookie. Like that's their comparison. They've been on the mountains, they've seen the high spots, but they don't necessarily think that it's a sphere. And that's just all perspective. You don't know no more than what you were taught. But to be open-minded at 12 is incredible. But
absolutely, yeah. I have a 17-year-old now and a 20-year-old, and they've been awake for as long as I have because they went through all of this with me.
All of my kids are awake. The only one not is my husband. I'm like wanting to shake him, like whop him upside the head. Like, hello, where have you been? He's like, no, you're crazy. You were taught better than that. And I'll bring up scripture and stuff like that. Not preaching to him, but sharing with him. And he's like, okay, well, that could mean this. And I'm like, okay, you're right. It can mean a lot because it's parables. It's phrased, particular ways. But it's been 2 years that I've been talking to my brother-in-law in jail, on the telephone in jail. He has learned more about Mandela, and he has no idea. He's not been able to Google it because he's been in jail. But he has heard me out, and he's like, he'll look up the scripture himself, and he's like, wow, I know what I know growing up. And like Southern Baptist or whatever they are. But now he's just, they don't necessarily, him nor my husband, which I do have to give him credit for, they don't claim denomination. They don't. And I think that's, y'all were talking about Christian or Catholic and whatever, Baptist. It's your own journey. It is realizing what God did, what God provided. God provided Jesus. A lot of people worship, like Catholics worship Mary because she was significant for carrying this child that was not legally, scientifically conceived. I mean, that's incredible.
Right.
And So I understand the Catholic point of view on the praying to Mary, praying to the saints. They all have their own significance. They were all, they had their own purpose in our path. But now my oldest son, whenever he come to me with that whole photography thing, he's like, Mom, it's not an image. And I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, an image you can paint. And I'm like, absolutely. I just had to agree with him. I didn't want to point or prove him wrong. He has become aware himself. And then my 7-year-old is like, Mom, they made it wrong. I don't know what's going on. I'll find another one. And he's trying to prove different characters in cartoons. I'll find another one. I'll find it. And he goes searching through the house. He's like, they made this one wrong too. And it's like, I don't want to say, pat myself on the back, but it's like, okay, I've raised my kids enough that they're aware, but I cannot shake my husband literally by the shoulders or his head and say, this is how it was and this is how it is. Like, that's not the point. Mandela is not the point. The point is being aware.
Right.
And I think that's what Mandela was sent for.
Yeah, my boys they're much beyond the Mandela effect. Mandela effect was just a doorway. We are like,
that's kind of what it was for me. That was what opened the doors for me to realize, to be open-minded to so much more though.
Right.
Me personally, not speaking on behalf of my kids, because I'm not, they're young, they're innocent, they're younger than 12 or whatever, but it is for me. I'm like, what else have we been blindsided by?
Yeah, well, that's what's it. Is when you get to where I'm at, I'm always like, I do some streams too, and it's like baby steps, because it's like I find like within the Mandela effect community, they're still so stuck tripping on the Mandela effect.
Some get so hung up on that.
No way they're going to get. I mean,
that's the end.
I'm not going to try to hoot the horn here, but I'm like, there's no way they're going to be able to get down all these other rabbit holes I'm down and see the world the way I see.
My husband
I'm
asked
like,
me what
way
I'm doing
beyond
on YouTube.
that.
He'll say, what you doing on YouTube? I said, I'm down another rabbit hole. He's like, what you mean? I said, I'm researching. Down one topic,
like
and I will
right?
debunk it. I will try my best to debunk the situation.
You click on one video, and then you got the recommended right next to it, and you're like,
oh no, you
I'm gonna watch this one. I'm gonna click on this one down here. Yeah, then I'm gonna click on this one. Then I'm gonna click on this one.
And 3 hours later, you're like, damn, it's bedtime.
Right. You know what else I do too is I'll look in the comments when I do that to find people that are saying, "Oh, go to this video, it debunks it."
Right.
Hey, I'll look at both sides of this.
That's truly researching. That is researching. Yes, I give you kudos for that.
And one of the biggest things I got into really deep too was the false flags and the hoaxes, and the Pulse nightclub woke me up. And it wasn't that at the time, the Pulse nightclub shooting in Orlando.
Yeah, one of the first big.
Well, that's actually what kind of that was like one of the big ones for me, because I wasn't looking for a hoax, and I didn't even know what a hoax was. I still believed planes hit 9/11.
See, I haven't looked at that one, but Vegas, I saw that go down at 1 o'clock in the morning on my phone, and then I saw it on the news at 3 o'clock in the morning, and I talked to my dad about 8 o'clock in the morning that day. I was helping him I think he was helping somebody move, and I come down with a truck and a trailer. We were talking about it, and we're talking about Vegas, and he's like, well, I heard this. And I'm like, well, I heard this. And I tried to pull up the videos I had saved. They were gone. And I'm like,
I was watching that the Las Vegas shooting with a good friend,
and then it was gone.
And I'm sitting there going, as he's got the news up, and it happens, right when it happened. I'm like, going, well, that doesn't make sense. Does that make sense? It's like, no. Does that? No. And I'm thinking I'm getting to him, right? Like, yeah, awesome. You're finally seeing what I'm telling you.
Yeah,
and he looks at me and goes, no.
He was in the
he goes, no. He goes, it really happened. The media just lies. It's like,
now we have live videos on Facebook that are announcing it, and then they get kicked off of Facebook.
Yeah.
But my dad, he was Army, and like I was playing I happened to screen record, which on an iPhone you fortunately can, and I screen recorded some of it, and he's like, I didn't see that, Kiri. Are you sure? And we still cannot find it to this day. He's like, that's not a gun. That's not a gun. I know my guns. He doesn't own many. I mean, he maybe have a hunting rifle, but he knows his guns from being in the Army. He's like, that's not a gun. That's like somebody shooting from far away. Like, he's done the whole. Let's see. He was Army, then he was National Guard, and then he was something else. He's been through. He knows his artillery. Let's say. And then, like, my husband that night, I woke him up and I was like, oh my gosh, this is going on in Vegas. He's like, oh, that's nothing. It was like 3 o'clock in the morning. And I'm like, no, listen, I've been watching it for an hour. He disregarded it. And then it all changed in front of his face. And I'm like, that's the government covering it up. And
Yeah.
that's another thing my kids say. Who's they? The government? I'm like, not necessarily. But we can assume.
The Vegas one, it's real. That was pretty simple. I mean, think about this. Where the guy was shooting from, first of all. And if you're at a concert, right?
That's irrelevant because his room would have been smoked out to begin with. There's
no way you're going to hear that gunfire from 32 floors up,
right.
2 blocks away, and you're right next to the stage, right next to the speaker. Ain't no way in the world you're going to hear that.
No. Because we have a neighbor that was shooting guns. Well, we have a few neighbors. We live very rural. We hunt, we shoot, we target practice, just make sure our guns are in sight. My dad doesn't have many guns. We have more guns than my father, but we hear them all the time. And we can pinpoint which ones are which kind of gun shooting. Like, we know what kind of gun is firing.
We have a husband.
And they're not
or a boyfriend.
They might be a half a mile away.
Or a girlfriend or a wife.
What's she saying about a wife? That a wife can't
shoot a gun? Know if you have a wife.
I am lethal.
They just want me to get off the air.
What did she say about a wife?
She wants to know if you have a wife or a
I don't
girlfriend.
have a wife. I have a husband.
Get a life, people.
A wife? A life?
Debbie.
I have a life.
Calm down.
I have a life. It exists from
Please
8 o'clock till my kids go to sleep, and then
What, your life is on the internet?
Tonight it
is. Yeah.
For what it's worth. My husband didn't go to bed till about maybe midnight, and
I turned down a job. I turned down a job doing this daily.
See, he don't have a problem with doing it. He just doesn't like it whenever he's awake. But he was on call. I say he was not on call. He had someone call him from his rig and say, oh my God, this is happening at midnight. And they needed another person's advice. He took the phone call. And that woke me up. And I was like, okay, I'm getting on YouTube. I'm going to, see what's going on. And I saw familiar faces and names. And it's like, all right, let's see what they're up to. Cowboy especially.
We're up to no good. If you were listening earlier, you probably wouldn't have stayed. You got
well, and like I said, everything happens for a reason at the right time. Absolutely. Like, take heed to what I say, because if it's not meant for me to hear, I wouldn't have heard it.
Right.
But not everybody has their pleasant moments. I cannot say my last birthday weekend was the best ever. For what it's worth. I won't repeat it, that's for sure. But I experienced it, and I'm grateful for that, because I'm now where I am because of what went down. Everyone goes through what they go through.
Yeah, baby. I always look at it as baby steps. Go as
it's
far
not
as
a baby step. It ain't about baby step. I got 3 boys. They baby stepped awfully big. It is.
I'm not talking about your boys. I'm talking about.
It's like building a house, one step at a time.
Talking about exposing some of this stuff with people.
It's like one step at a time. So now my dad at a public event, he'll be like, "Hey, yeah, you ever thought the Earth was flat?" And I'm like, "Daddy, shut up." And I shared that with him. He told me, he said I was full of shit. He said, "Terry, you ever looked at NASA's photos?" I said, "Daddy, have you ever seen anyone other than NASA's photos?" And then he went to dig, and he said, 2 weeks later, he didn't talk to me for 2 weeks. 2 weeks later, he said, "I might be a flat earther." I'm like, let's not call us that. Let's just say you're aware. And so now every opportunity, he's like, "You ever thought the world was flat?" I'm like, X-nay on the over version. Let's not. shove everyone out of our lives just a little bit at a time. If they're open to hearing it, let it be. He's like, no, it is what it is, and I'm here to share it. I'm like, all right, kudos, Daddy.
Right. Well, I had a friend that stopped by, and she was Catholic too. Anyway, we started getting into some of the Catholic stuff.
100% Catholic. That's what blows my mind.
And we started getting into some of the things going the stuff too that she was awake to, and then all of a sudden she just shifts into, well, thank God we got Trump, because Trump's going to take care of all. And I was like, you know what? I said, you're almost there. She's like, what do you mean?
Trump is just part of the plan.
Part of it. And she just no. And I was like, okay, baby steps. Let's back off. Let's just keep going back to where we were. You're not ready for the whole.
Part of the plan. He's not an evil guy. He's just part of the plan. And my dad was telling me in 2015.
I don't want to listen to this shit.
Tell her to go to bed.
We probably should let Jason go tend to Debbie.
And I'm the wife.
What do you want to do, Jason?
My husband hears me and he walks away. He's like, all right, you go ahead and have your little flat earth, Mandela crap online. You go ahead. I'm going inside. That's what he says. He don't even entertain it. He's honest though. I mean, that's what it is.
I could run for about a half hour more.
You got a half hour of bitching to deal with? No offense. This comes from a woman's perspective.
She makes the show when she does this. She supports it. She's all over it. And she's ready to rock and roll for the first hour. But once it gets past an hour and that one beer too many becomes that one beer too many, it's once that
your subject and you're entertaining other people's subjects, and that's not so cool.
Yeah. Well, 80% of being a good radio host is listening to other people.
Not one beer too many.
I have to say, some people think that I should be a news broadcaster.
Without the world.
I actually just turned down a job with NPR.
Did they all hear that?
We did.
You got a good voice. You got a really good voice for radio.
Who's
you
that?
really do.
Me?
That person you hear yelling in the background is my wife, Debbie.
Oh, she has a good voice for radio? Oh, yeah. She's going to make her.
Yeah.
She's got a good laugh. But you've got a good.
I love it. I love her laugh. I do. I love her laugh. It's genuine.
Yeah. But you've got a good voice for radio. You've got a really good voice for radio.
Tell her to get on. Get her some headphones.
Yeah, I'm getting a splitter so I can break my audio output up, and I'm gonna get her set up with a set of headphones. And
she needs it.
And
just tell her to mute until you tell her to speak. I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding.
Where are you from, Carrie?
Me?
Yeah.
South Mississippi.
Mississippi. Yeah, I thought you were Southern. Got Southern drawl.
You thought I was Southern. You thought you heard my accent.
Kentucky Fried Chicken, anybody?
Nah. I ain't no South Carolina accent.
You're M-I-S-S-I-P-P-I-S-I-P-P-I?
M-I-S-S-I. No, you got to go a bit slower.
I can't even do it.
I was just talking about people from Nashville. They exclude the ISSA. They say Mississippi. I'm like, no, there's the ISSA. That's why the time is sped up, because y'all people quit including the one Mississippi, two Mississippi. They say one Mississippi, two Mississippi, three Mississippi.
Right. That's why I grew up in Lake Tahoe in Nevada, and it cracks me up when I go to YouTube.
That mind blows.
Nevada.
That mind blows me. People say Nevada. My brother-in-law is from Ohio, and he says Nevada. I'm like, no, it's Nevada. He's like, nah, you're wrong.
Hey, everybody. I put my email in the chat. You can email me anytime. with questions. I might not have an answer
Or just
for your
comments.
questions. You can just email me with a random comment.
What you open to?
I'm open to everything.
Okay, vaguely. Like give like a genre.
No, I'm literally open to anything.
Like the moon differences. Oh, my dad heard the other day.
Okay,
the moon
wait a
is
minute.
Only like 40 something miles wide. Have you heard that? I haven't looked into that personally, but I heard that he told me the other day the moon is only 40 something miles wide, and the guy he was telling me told it was legit. Like, he's like, Carrie, it makes so much sense. Now, this is the man that said, look up all this stuff. You're trying to tell me the earth is flat. Debunk it. For every one you find, try to find two to debunk it. And I'm like, all right, Daddy, I will. And he come to me 2 weeks later with, Carrie, I might be a flat earther. Now, he showed me last week that the earth might be 47 miles, not the earth, I'm sorry, the moon might be 47 miles wide.
Yeah, I was telling Jason this other day, I haven't seen the moon. Now it's like 7 days.
You're kidding. I saw it the other day and I took pictures and I was mind blown.
Okay, well, you've seen it. So I was,
but it looked different. It was significant. I took pictures. Like, it was incredible.
Was it at night or during the day?
At night. I've not seen it during the day in quite a while.
Okay, so how long ago was that, Jay? Like 3 days ago, I was telling him that, and I looked up, or no, I was actually talking to Candy Cupcakes about that. I looked it up, and our moon rise here, like 3 days ago or so.
Where are you at?
Was California. It was 5:41 a.m. The sunrise.
The moonrise was 5:41.
5:41 a.m. and the sunrise was at 6:40. And I'm like, how could that be? So the sun has been draining out the moon out here, and it's right in front. I'm like, how could that even be?
So, Jason, where are you located?
St. Louis, Missouri.
Missouri. So, oh wow, I was just there shortly, about 2 months ago. Not really, but I went to Branson and then went to Nebraska, so we kind of passed nearby. Time zone didn't change though. So was that you? He said you were just talking. He was talking with you about it.
Yeah, I haven't seen the moon in. Well, I got locked up, so I couldn't see I couldn't even see the sun.
Outside walls. No, I
yeah,
totally
it's like there's no sunlight. But
can I be personal and ask what particularly that was?
Oh,
hesitation. Sorry to make that dramatic. I'm sorry. My brother-in-law, I ain't never met.
I'll tell you what my charges are.
All right,
that's active, and I will even tell you what my pending charges are.
What your charges are, not what you were convicted of or did do. All right, go ahead. I know how that works now. I didn't 15 years ago. I was oblivious to anybody in jail.
My active charges are 3 driving with no insurance, 2 driving with expired license plates, 1 DWI.
Are you kidding me?
No.
Oh my God!
Those are my active.
Like people selling dope on the roads down here, and they don't even get arrested.
My pending charge is possession of a stolen car.
Oh boy, that might be like larceny.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So I've got 6 misdemeanors and 1 felony hanging over my head.
And I got a brother-in-law with freaking 6 felonies over his head. He's been in for 2 years on 1 felony, and he's just now getting out on parole in a week. And that's incredible. That is insane. And it was something, he was served indictment, like where you got to go to find out when your court date is or whatever for your charges.
Yeah.
They picked him up then, and they're like, all right, you're going to jail. He's like, oh, well, that sucks. That was 2 years ago that crap happened. And he was sober and, he was doing good. And to be honest, I met him in jail. My husband said, well, my brother's in jail and we're going to go meet him. I was like, why is he in jail? I'd never met nobody in jail. He said, well, he's a chef. I said, a chef. He said, yeah. I said, he poisoned somebody? I was that oblivious. He poisoned somebody? No, Carrie, he's cooking dope. I was like, oh my God, for real? So that's how genuine I am. If that gives you a little bit of perspective. That was 13 and a half. Well, yeah, 13 and a half years ago. And he's come a ways, and he was sober for over a year, and then he got arrested for a year's worth of potential charges that they didn't know, they couldn't prove. And anyways, he gets out, but he never did question where he was, though. For what it's worth, he never did say, I shouldn't be here, I shouldn't be in jail. He never said that. He said, I'm where I need to be, and God ain't gonna put me where I shouldn't be. I need to share a message, I need to learn something. So I'm here for a reason. That's all he said. For what it's worth, you know.
Yeah.
If that matters anything. But he gets out in a week, and he has a 2-year-old son that was born 2 weeks before he went to jail.
Oh, wow.
And he has more opportunity of getting custody of him than the mama, because the mama failed 4 drug tests whenever he was in jail. She was in and out of jail the whole time. So, yeah. It could be worse, I mean, considering. I mean, I know it sucks you were in jail, but...
Yeah, well, it had to happen.
It could always be worse, you know.
Sooner or later, it had to happen.
That's not yours, that can get you in trouble.
It was my roommate's car. I mean, he traded his farm tractor for this car.
Oh, that sounds familiar.
And
Things you will trade.
the guy he got the car from bought the car from, traded his boom truck to get the car.
And you're in Missouri?
Yeah.
I haven't chatted with y'all in a while, because I know I run into y'all a couple of different pages. So I've run into each of y'all, but
yeah, we've probably we've run into each other and crashed heads on Scarab's channel, and I think I've run into you on
a couple other channels.
Lone Eagles.
There's a couple other channels. I don't know which ones will pop up live, but whenever they're live, I'm like, oh, let's see what they're up to, and if it's relevant to, you know, what's on my mind, I'll comment or I won't. But I haven't been active on YouTube in a while, just because of my own personal anxiety situations. Which is that's me. That's what I deal with. You know, my brother-in-law, he's dealt with drugs. He's like, you know, I don't know drugs, but I've helped him over the past 2 years over the telephone perspective of drugs and anxiety and how it takes over your life. He's like, whenever I get out, you know, Carrie, I owe a lot to you. And I'm like, how? He's like, I don't know what anxiety means, but I'm gonna help you through it. And it's a bit deeper than what people bargain for whenever they get into it. But I'm hoping for the best. Over this past year, since January, you know, my medication has been changed just a tad. Dosages, one and the other, have been adjusted. I feel more normal than I used to, considering the past year. But no, like, you're where you're supposed to be, regardless. No matter if you're in a freaking prison cell. I mean, what was it? Who was it? Paul wrote half of the freaking Bible in jail.
Yeah.
Think about it.
Yeah, Paul Adams.
Like, he never doubted where he was supposed to be. And that's kind of my brother-in-law's perspective is, if I can share it, I'll share it. And he knows it. He knows the Bible. He can quote scripture. And I'm like, well, I can inspire you by what I learned. He's like, not everybody can retain it, though. I was like, I can retain what I learned. I can't tell you. I can tell you go to Psalm 91:4 about feathers covering you and God protecting you, because my daddy messaged me that whenever I got a feather tattoo, and everybody hated me for it.
Debbie, I'm still on the air. I haven't killed my show yet.
She gave you 10 minutes.
Yeah, and I took a half an hour. My half hour ain't up yet.
I know. You said that 10 minutes ago. You said I got half an hour 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, I still got 20 minutes.
I'm getting really tired of that.
Tell her to go to bed. Tell her it's bedtime. Just be sweet about it.
Your wife needs you, and you're...
She won't some, and you ain't quick enough.
The problem is over as fast as I start.
Absolutely. That's all she needs, though. Tell her go find adamandeve.com. Being honest, true struggle I deal with
Honey, come
with
on.
an oil filled husband. Nah,
And these batteries.
go get some daggum batteries. Go get her variety. Let her have a
So
whole
does my
top drawer full.
vibrator if I had one.
Cowboy's like,
I
sitting
would
back being
have
quiet.
that
You
problem.
might need something that plugs in the wall. I don't know.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Is that bad?
Just saying.
No, it's funny y'all say that because my husband, he called, like I said, he had a phone call from the rig where he works in South America talking about needing help. It was 2 hours later. He's like, he had the guy on speakerphone. The guy didn't know it. And he said, "What you been doing?" He said, "Tending my wife." "Oh, is she drunk?" He said, "No, I was just tending to my wife." So y'all are not alone. Just say, what is the word? TMI.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to lighten up the subject.
I'll be perfectly honest with you. My sex life is like once every 3 months.
All right, then. So go without for a month at a time. And like you said, as soon as it happens,
Get off
it's
the
over
damn
with.
phone and
Oh, you done
Yeah,
mentioned it and you in trouble.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's how it goes.
You know, if you paid more attention to me, you might
You know-
get a little more.
You ought to just get her.
She's telling you how
You ought
to
to
do it.
just get her a nice little rabbit.
Yeah. Or a bullet.
I tell you, man, those
Or
are
a
pretty awesome.
bullet. Or like some Kegel balls. Or, I mean, we got like a box that's delivered every month, you know, for us, both of us to try. Like, they got subscription shit.
Are you subscribed to that? Like,
I'm kidding. Like, y'all, like, this is new to me since like
Get off
3
the
months
damn
ago.
chat room and pay attention to your wife.
It ain't a chat room.
This is live.
I love
I'm
it.
on. We're on the air.
I love it.
Well, good.
How many viewers you got? I can't see.
Right now there is 7.
Oh my God.
One of which
like,
is me.
There's 3 of us chatting and 4 people are laughing their asses off.
Oh, for God's
Yeah.
sake.
Well, now we got 8.
I may as well get the back row.
She may as
Now
well.
we got 8. She's going to forget the back row. I might as well.
Hand her a toy. Tell her, go ahead and take care of herself. You'll be in there
Can
to
you
finish
take
the
10
rest.
minutes? Please?
I'm 30 and just now learning this crap. Come on.
Oh, you're a pup.
I'm a what?
You're adoring public.
You're a pup.
I'm a pup. I'm young.
You're only 30 years old?
I'm 31 actually.
Oh,
No,
31.
wait. I'm
okay,
29.
you got.
I made 29 3 times already. I'm breaking records. No, but legit. Like, I've never been like, oh my God, I'd never do that. And then my husband's like, well, why not? And I was like, wait, you're game? You're down for that? That just like was like perspective of, wow, there's a lot more out there than what I thought.
right? Yeah. After I was married 14 years, and well,
My back
wasn't much there. And then I started dating in my 40s, and I was like, oh my God, if I knew 40 women were like this when I was 20, are you kidding me?
Everybody says that women hit it in their 30s. And I mean, like my 30th birthday, I'm like, oh my God, where's mine? I want mine. I want mine. I've had 3 kids. I want mine. Where's mine?
I heard that too, but I'm telling you, I think it's 40.
Cowboy, how old are you?
48.
You lie.
I'm serious.
That's my mama's age.
Really?
I swear to you.
Well, call me
67.
daddy.
No, my daddy was 67.
Call me your daddy.
She's 69.
I told you were a baby when you said how old you were.
I'm not a baby though. I'm very much.
Yeah, you are.
Quit making fun of my accent, okay? So Jason,
I'm not making fun of your accent. That's how I talk.
No, you just pick up on what I'm saying. Jason, how old are you?
Jason,
I'm 41.
Come on.
All right. So for what it's worth, we had company tonight. I say company. I don't know what y'all call it. From where y'all from? We had company tonight for dinner. And my best friend is 33.
Pay some attention to your
Her
wife.
husband is 39. My husband is 36.
Who's in need right now.
And his best friend we had over for dinner is 47. So, like, you just meet good people and you click. Like, it's just for what it's worth. Age is irrelevant.
Yeah, I always say I'm like 18 with 30 years experience.
No, I'm just 29 breaking records. No, I finally got a freaking tattoo on my forearm and I don't finally get cars freaking buying cigarettes.
I'm sure they heard that.
Well, you
I'm
do
gonna
get
get
it
it.
look.
A what?
I'm going to get a tattoo.
I'm sorry. Both of y'all was talking.
Yeah, Cowboy's right. You do look good. But I'm going to get a tattoo, but it's going to be just normal text. I'm going to get it done in the Arial font, and I'm going to get it done, and it's going to say, this is how you identify my dead fucking body.
I can draw calligraphy. I will draw you
No,
something.
you are not.
My tattoo is of a turkey feather.
Oh.
Long story. But I turkey hunt and have for 13
Jason.
years. And I finally killed 3
I need
birds
a
in 1 year.
Viagra now.
Oh, wow.
Absolutely. She's hurting. She needs it. Y'all are
Come
killing me.
on, please.
Tell her, go lay down. You'll be there in 10 minutes.
Start without me.
God, you're terrible.
Jason. No, you got fucking headphones on.
I figured
No
that.
wonder.
I figured she hadn't heard me.
Hey,
This show goes from bad to worse on a regular basis. This is nothing new.
You're awesome, though.
Jason.
I'm so, you know, I feel awesome.
Debbie's sitting here. She's got her arm waving back and forth in front of her. She looks like she's at a Def Leppard concert. Now she's doing the finger thing. And
But see, for what it's worth, you know, I've run into Cowboy on a few serious pages, you know, scriptural pages and flipping
Get
open
off the damn
Bible.
thing.
It's kind of enjoyable to be real with Cowboy and you.
yeah.
Yeah, that's,
I'm being legit.
no, seriously, that's what we love about Jason's streams is that there's no rules and
No
he just
judgment.
well, it's just a place to have fun and let loose and
It feels
Not
like
always-
one of the people we hang out
Come
with,
on,
like
please.
normally. Like, we'll talk Jesus all the time, but we don't preach Jesus. We just talk about him, but we still cut up and act a fool, and that's what it sounds like freaking on this chat.
well, that's what because we're all people, you know. I mean,
Absolutely. You're human. You know,
Yeah.
you ain't Jesus. We're human.
All the other channels, and I'm talking big names, I'm talking a lot of the little names that are just starting up. They're so structured, they're so strict on
Well, they have to be for their
how they
audience.
behave.
They got to be for their
And-
audience.
It's like, you know what?
You
I thought I had
inspire
to
me,
do
though,
that
Jason.
when I first started out. I thought I had to do the same thing. It's like after the third show, it's like forget it. The rules are out the
I
window.
wrapped
I'm
Christmas presents with my kids talking about Mandela effect. I mean, come on. How much more off subject can you get? I was just like, all right, you bored? Hang out with me. And I was wrapping Christmas presents. My kids
Yeah.
are like, I'm like, is the world round or flat? My son said, or is it either? And I was like, haha, good point. I love my kids. I try to be, you know, real with them. What I learn, they learn.
Robin
Mama
Neely's
wasn't
got
there.
the eyes going.
What's that?
Robin Neely's got the eyes going again.
Robin Neely with no K.
Yeah, with no K.
Okay, I'm still waiting for
Oh
her
my
to
God, that was
misbehave.
Harold's channel that happened. I remember that Mandela effect.
I want Robin to email me.
Robin, McFall.Jason77 at Gmail. Freaking
Yeah.
Robin. Oh my God, where'd your K go? I remember that. That was like last year. I was a part of that
Yeah.
Mandela. I was like,
I
wait,
wonder where
calling her
Robin went, and now all of a sudden it's like, boom, there she is. I'm going, who
I
on earth
haven't
is this
seen her in a
person in my
while, for real though. I
like?
haven't seen
Who
her in
is
a
this
while.
person in my chat room without a wrench? It's like, that's Robin Neely. Where have you been?
So were you on Scarab's channel when he called her out? He's like, yeah,
No,
I got this Mandela. Y'all wait for it. Somebody's got to log in. And she logged in and she was like, I have no K. Neely, K was never in Neely. And he's like, yes, it was. Who can vouch for me? And I was like,
Well,
I
I think I
can.
remember
I was
her.
watching it. That was
If
not
you
Mandela.
go back,
I thought I was
you go
wicked.
back. You could go back 20 videos beforehand, and
I probably have
Robin
it
Neely's got a
screenshotted.
K.
I probably have it screenshotted because I screenshotted, significant topics, what was brought up in Mandela. And I'm like, oh, I'll look this up later. But then she's like,
No.
I have no K. I never had a K. What are you talking about, a K? I never know. So it's Robin Neely with no K.
The thing for me is that, like, when I first started out coming in, I used to call everybody, like, I would say, hi, Miss Keneally, or,
That's
hi,
what
Miss.
I registered
Yeah.
in
So I
phonetic.
always,
Yes.
I still do it, Mrs. Wheeler, for Phyllis, things like that. So
Phyllis still messages me
okay.
occasionally. I haven't seen her in a while.
No, she's been in the chat.
Has
She's been in the chat.
She messaged me for my birthday on Facebook, and I was like, "Oh my God, I miss her!" And I have not chatted with her, which I logged off of YouTube. I say I logged off.
Actually,
I
you
didn't
know
chat
what?
on YouTube for a while.
I actually think that Phyllis Wheeler's still watching.
Actually, you
hello,
know what?
Phyllis, I miss you.
I kind of feel bad because I read her comment that somebody was talking. She needs prayers right now. She's going.
Oh, I will pray for her. Oh my goodness,
Yeah,
she has helped me through a lot.
Something, things going on at her work. She mentioned earlier that she needs prayers.
I will pray for Robin. I really will, because I know she has prayed for me. And she knows my anxiety situation.
No,
I've talked about that on other pages.
No, Phyllis Wheeler needs prayers.
No, I'm telling you, I will pray for her because she has definitely prayed for me. So I owe her, like, big time.
And then we got Renee.
Renee, who's a mod.
Yeah,
what?
I don't know.
Was
That
over
I follow Renee.
He's my stream today, and I've seen her and Groot over there. They have wrenches, and it was like out of hand over there today. He had 1,300 people watching. It was crazy.
It's hard to chat with that many people there.
It was actually a really good show. I'm going to go back because I missed the first half of it and rewatch it. He had Gary. Wow, I'm so bad with names. I'm surprised I remember his first name. But he was talking about some really interesting stuff.
See, like, there's a few people that, I mean, even in several chats I come across, and I'm like, okay, so there's several people in this chat that I know that I've talked to. In chat, if nothing else, not in the literal verbal chat, but in the room. So that's why I messaged Jason. I was like, all right, I know McFall. I really thought you were on Facebook. I might be wrong. You might not want to give that out. I mean, I might just have you personally.
Well, no, I haven't been on Facebook in quite some time.
I check my memories every day when they say on this. It used to be on this day. Now it's just memories. I'm like, oh wait, that's a memory? No, I remember that. But,
it might have been.
Because I've only known one other McFall, and that's somebody I went to high school with. So the name McFall definitely stood out. And I was like, oh, wait, Jason, yeah, I remember that. Not that it's significant. Not that I'm trying to point you out for where you've been. But whenever I saw you, I was like, okay, I know I've chatted with him or at Jason or whatever on someone else's chat. But
Yeah,
no,
because
that's
I'm
why I
not the
was.
only McFall out there, but
No, no, no. I'm talking about where I'm from. The people I know. I don't know many people, but where I went to high school, I know one McFall. His name is Lewis. It is not even Jason. Like, it's not even close. He ain't on YouTube either. But so whenever I saw the name, I knew the name, and I've known it for quite a while, at least a year. I've run into you a few times on chat rooms.
yeah, yeah.
My picture was a bit deeper and darker before. Actually, although it's in the same front of the same shower curtain, believe it or not. I don't know what happened to the background. That was
You need a
Christmas
new
time.
shower curtain. That's all there is to it.
Well, no. So I cut my hair. I think that changed where the lighting hit whenever I took my selfie or whatever from my avatar picture. I think that changed a lot because my hair is lighter and it's shorter. But whenever it was darker and a bit longer, it made me look kind of wicked. Like, I was like, oh wait, I gotta update this. It's been like 6-7 months. And a lot of people, even Jose, oh my gosh, I love her to death. I don't know if y'all follow her. But
Who's that?
Jose.
Who? Josie?
Yeah, well, it looks like Josie, but it's Jose, like Renee. But yeah,
Didn't
she
you
saw
do a
me.
live
She
stream?
like,
Did you do a live stream
yeah,
earlier?
no, she does it all the time. She does it every day. I love her to death. She's from Canada, and but no, she's one of the first people I ever met on YouTube, and she didn't recognize my picture. I got like unwrenched, and I'm like, Jose, what'd you do to me? You know, you talk to me regularly on Hangouts, and she's like, oh, I didn't know that was you. I'm sorry. But my picture changed. Whenever I got my hair cut, I did change my picture.
Well, I'm getting attacked by 4chan, so I've got fake Jason McFallis running around all over the place.
Oh my god. Yeah. And see, who is that? A couple people were freaking hooping on 4chan. And that's why I said earlier, weren't they aliases or associated or whatever? Because my dad, he's tried to send me a few things on QAnon, and I'm like, who is really QAnon? Like, can you give me a legit page? He's like, there is no legit page. It is several people on QAnon.
Yeah.
So I guess that conversation with your husband about QAnon being just a psyop probably didn't go
No.
well.
Me? I had that conversation with my dad.
Oh, I gotcha.
Not my husband. My husband has no idea who QAnon
Who
is.
are you
I didn't
talking
even. Carrie and Cowboy.
Carrie and Cowboy.
Tell Cowboy I have toes.
I got
Toes.
Carrie
toes.
with an ear. Oh.
He'll get a kick out of that.
We've been making fun of your toe socks the whole show. Where have
No.
you been?
We love your Irish toast. For Irish toast socks. We need a picture of them. Make that your your thumbnail picture for this video.
Okay.
You can change it. Okay.
I'm going to have to put them up there and make fun of them again. Debbie will
What's that?
probably have them on for that show anyway.
What's that?
Well, I'm going to go through the QAnon map on the show here coming up.
So my dad said you got to follow it daily to be able to keep up with it. I'm like, I can't keep up with that shit. I can't keep up with these freaking cats in my house. How'd you get it? I can't keep up with my 3 children. I mean, I can't follow QAnon every day to figure out who. He said some of the presidents are posting. I'm like, how do you know that? He's like, well, if you follow, you know. Sorry, had to take a cat out.
Hugo Chavez, is he dead or alive?
Who's that?
Hugo Chavez.
I have no idea who that is.
He's a revolutionary that got in prison. I don't know if he's dead or alive, but he keeps popping up. Yeah, Hugo Chavez. He keeps popping up.
Chavas.
Yeah.
I've seen that name.
He's popped up on my channel a few times. It's like, what the fuck?
So do you follow Jason Christopher or whatever? Wait, is that his name?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so he was talking about somebody missing off his page. He ain't heard from in a while.
Hugo Chavez is the one that caused all the racial, was being extremely racist on E-Man's channel.
Whoa, who's that cowboy? All right, can I
Yeah.
go a bit further with that whole racist comment? All right, so I'm Southern. I'm not racist. though. I am more literal, like my children. My children's like, I'm not white. I'm Caucasian. Why would people call me white? I ain't white. Paper's white. They get offended.
Yeah.
You know, they're children. They say it for what it is. But no, legit. The other day I got these little stickers in the mail that, you know, I can mark my Bible for the chapters or whatever, the books that they are. And the other day I come across that somebody was black. And I'm like, wait, they didn't say black in the Bible. No, they did. Or now they do. I don't even know. I really don't know. It was in Joel, I believe. One of them short names. It wasn't Amos. It may have been Joel. But they said, you know, the woman was black because she worked out in the field. Like literally, her skin pigmentation was darker. And I'm like, here we go. We got all these people freaking butthurt because the color of their skin. And I try to get tan. And my kid swears I'm not white. Although, you know, my family is French. And, you know, I can't help but be white. But I don't hate a black person. But he's like, they're not black, Mama. They're brown. And I'm like, absolutely. You know, 100% to you, kid, for being non-biased. You know, it's, from a child's perspective, it's incredible. But
Yeah, you know,
in the
I'll tell you,
Bible, it
it
said
is.
that they were black for working in the field.
I've raised my kids not
I want you to Bible. I want you to find that verse where it says
Oh, whoa.
this
I will
person
find
was
it right
black
now.
in your Bible and email it to me.
I will find it at this very moment. I'll read my Bible. I'll read it to you. Then I'll freaking take a picture and send it to you. Hold up.
What?
No, it says she was black. She was beautiful, but she was black because she worked hard out in the field. Actually, I think I took a picture of it already. Hold on. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, because I'm looking through my photos. I got 2% battery. My phone's about to die. Hold up. Let me find a chargeable battery pack. Something.
It's in the dresser drawer next to the bed.
No, it's not. That's where I just grabbed my Bible from, though.
Right over there.
I've got a Bible in my lap.
Okay, so let me find where it's at, and
Alright.
I didn't screenshot it. I looked it up myself, and I was like mind blown. Dang. Hold on. Let me find the charger. Crap, we got two of them. Two chargers. I have
I'm
2%
staying out
battery.
of this.
If I don't find it, I will email it to you. But I could not believe the word black to identify a person was in the Bible because I was mind blown. I was like, you know, that's where this whole racial thing got started. Was because people was calling people black. My kids were like, no, they're brown. They're not even black. Some of them are dark brown. Some are light brown. I'm like, I understand, honey. I'm not racist. But some people in the world, they are hateful. And my kids don't understand that people can be hateful because, I mean, fortunately, they grew up in a loving home. And, hold on. Still looking for this chart. Oh, wait. I found one. And my Bible. Hold on. I'm going to grab both. Grab the charger and my Bible.
Now I've got Mark 3 where it says,
No, it's not in Mark.
this, Mark 3, his own disciples said, told everybody that Jesus was out of his mind.
Well, absolutely. That was part of the plan. Oh, my battery. My freaking charger. I think I've overboarded my quick charge. I believe it was Old Testament? I know it was a short name. Not Ezra. Joel, maybe. And I was like, I read it. I was just putting these stickers in my Bible, and I was like, wait, they didn't talk about black people before I read the Bible.
No, they didn't.
So y'all have not heard that?
No.
Cowboy, you?
No.
You
But
haven't
I
heard
mean-
the word black in the Bible describing a person working in a field with dark color?
No, I don't. I mean, I'm not that well versed
So we
in all
may
this.
have, the three of us discovered our own Mandela.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
We need to bring
I'm
this up
liking-
to
I'm liking it. I thought it was
it
just
would
me.
be
I thought it
Mandela
was
for
my
me
own.
because I don't know either way. So
we need to
I
bring
just-
this one up to EYN next
Scarab.
B.
Or Scarab. He'll freak out about the crap. He'll ask everyone to put him on poll.
Or Armored Up.
All right, you picking up on my accent, or is that how you really say it? Let's
No,
see.
that's how I actually talk.
It wasn't Ruth. Maybe it was. No, it was not King's.
I
It was
might
a
be
short-
picking up on your accent. I don't know.
Just talking with me. I'm rubbing
No,
off
you're
on you.
not. You sound normal.
Rubbing off on you.
You're rubbing off on me. Okay.
Like I was mind blown. Was
You
it
sound
Titus?
normal.
Debbie says I sound the same way I always do, so
Absolutely.
Yeah, you
All right.
do.
That's awesome. We're just American. We got a big, wide genre of accents. Joel. Was it in Joel?
yeah.
Let me look in Joel. Hold on. It was like in the first chapter. I'm like, black. Why would someone say black in the Bible? And I'm
I'll
like,
be right back.
no, that's racist. Why would wait, that's people would have already come up with racism a long time ago. Amos.
What?
I thought I had it screenshotted. I
Going on,
obviously
sorry.
don't.
Take me with you.
Take her with you.
I need some repair. Why don't you done peeing all over the window?
Oh my God, it's gonna drive me nuts.
That's not gonna work.
James, maybe?
Whatever.
All right, let me see if I'm connected to Wi-Fi. I gotta connect to Wi-Fi. I gotta Google it. It's gonna drive me nuts. Yeah, and it was just simply saying she worked in the fields, therefore her skin tone was dark, but she was still beautiful. But they called her black. Like BLACK was in the Bible.
Huh.
And I was mind blown. I'm like, maybe I just didn't read that the first time the way I thought I read it.
And I
And that I'm going by King James because that's what I have.
I don't have a King James Bible.
I mean, that's just as original as I can get. My kids got a few interpretations that seem to be more true than what mine is, but that's just my perspective. No, I can't even Google the Bible. It don't even show up. It says numbers. It wasn't in numbers. It was in a short name. I don't think it was Amos. Fire upon Moab. No. Oh my gosh. And I know. Wait, you don't know this one? Does anybody in the chat? I can't read the chat. Can anyone in the chat read? Do they have recollection of it?
No.
No one's heard of that. How many people would they say?
That close.
Let's go and look in the back. So no one in the chat. Do they even know what I'm talking about?
Somebody said they remember. It sounds familiar. Renee said it sounds familiar.
See, I'd never heard. I'm like, where is the stereotype on? That had been racism a long time ago. Like, it blew my mind. I just thought it was me. Let's see. Baptized. I'm looking in the back for where the words are in the Bible.
Renee put up.
I'm probably gonna have to email it to you if I can't find it.
I'm thinking Renee's got a link for is that Song of Solomon?
That's exactly it.
Songs of Solomon.
Songs of Solomon. Not Psalms, songs. Yes, that is it. Let's see. I remember that. I do. specific remember that. Let's see if I can find the verse. Chariots, waters, sister. Oh my gosh. I mean, there's only 3 pages of it, but I mean, lips are like a thread. Scarlet, maiden.
So I'm reading this. It says, in Queen of Sheba, the first use in the Bible of the word queen refers to a black woman.
Where is that?
1 Kings 10:1.
See, it was Kings. It was Song of Solomon.
Well, they're talking about.
Oh, here it is. Solomon chapter 1:5. I am black, but comely, O ye daughters of Jerusalem, as tenants of Kedar, as curtains of Solomon. Look not upon me, because I am black, because the sun hath looked upon me. My mother's children were angry with me. They made me of the vineyards, but mine own vineyard, but have I not kept. That is the first time I've ever seen the word black in the Bible. And that was Song of. That's exactly Solomon 1:5.
I've never seen black people in the Bible.
Well,
Race
and
was
she
never
said
referred to the Bible.
specifically working in the sun. Like you think, you get dark from working in the sun. And that's why Eastern people, they're not included to be blonde hair, blue eyed. But I mean, like that's,
yeah, the only one
that's worth
the only
attention.
one
Like, because I thought I was crazy. And I just thought I was like,
the only Bible that refers to it as black is the King James Bible. Everybody, all the other versions is
version of Song of Solomon, verse 1.
They're dark.
Or chapter 1, verse 5.
All the other versions say that they refer to I am dark.
See, this one says,
only the King James Bible only says black.
This one says, I am black, refers to her swarthy, deeply tanned appearance, which in verse 5 is attributed to long hours of work in the vineyard. And
Renee, look at Renee.
That's just a study Bible. Like, that's where it gives the notes of the Bible. I mean, at the bottom. I'm sorry.
Renee, the link that you sent, Renee, if you open it up, look on the left, and then there's all the different versions, and just go down the King James version, and that's the one that has the word black.
I mean, I am black, but comely. I mean, it's like, okay. I've never read. It's like finding couch in the Bible. Like, I was mind blown when I saw that one. Couch. They didn't have couches back then. They may have had, something that resembled a couch. They sure did not call it a couch.
My NIV's got a couch. My wife's NIV has cot. My New King James Version
I think my son's
has
I cross-reference is NIV.
Jason.
What chapter is that?
hang on.
I really, like, I was just marking pages in my Bible with my little stickers to, let me flip to the pages. And I was like, black? Since when is black in the Bible? We don't refer to people as black in the Bible. That's part of the Bible. You didn't discriminate. You said it for what it was. And then I was like, well, the Lord's Prayer is gone.
Right here.
I'll wait for that change back before he calls them all up, before the rapture.
I'm not good with the Bible, so
I'm not good with it. I can tell you,
it's going to take me too long to look.
I read it and I was mind blown. I really was. I was like, black people in the Bible?
Yeah, black people in the Bible. No, that did not happen.
And, like, to be honest,
it's in the book of Mark.
They never say that they're black. Like, they say that
in
they
the
are
book
black.
of Mark.
In the book of Mark.
You're talking about the Bible.
What's in Mark?
The bed. The bed's in the Book of Mark.
The couch.
Bed.
If you look at the Song of Solomon 1:5 and 1:6,
Right.
they both mention black.
Yes. But it's because of her work. It was not. It's simply her skin color. It's not because of who she was. That's the point. That means, don't judge people because of the color of their skin. But like, had that been in there a long time ago, we would not have been. That'd have been a lesson learned back.
Well, see that to me, that's not a Mandela effect because I've never owned a King James version. I've had the same Bible since I was my first Bible, and
I've just grown up in church and
New
heard people
American
speak it. They never
Bible.
referred to black people.
Yeah.
Let me see
here
my
we go.
New American Bible.
There we go. Mark 2.
Come on, cowboy. You're the one that flipped to the pages. Come on.
Mark 2, verse 4.
Mark, Mark. Trying to go to my new little tabs that are really using that I'm still getting. That's what I was doing. I was putting tabs in my Bible, and I was like, wait, why are we talking about black people? And that's all it said was she worked hard. She was darker. She worked in the vineyards. And then with the wineskins, which is no longer in there, I mean, like, how does that play in? Mark 2, what?
It is Mark 2, verse 4.
And when they could not come nigh unto him for the press, they uncovered the roof where he was. They had broken it upon it. They laid dead. Wherein the sick. Wait. I thought it said couch.
You just said that.
I've proven it to people. Been like, all right, even the Lord's Prayer changing. Look up couch. No, this says bed.
Now go down to verse 11.
Verse 11. Of course it'd be 11. And I say unto thee, now this is King James. I say unto thee, arise and take up thy bed and go thy way into thine house. Are we having a reverse?
I think so.
A flip flop?
I think so.
Because I know I read couch, and I proved that to my father-in-law whenever I shared with him the Lion, the Lamb, and the Lord's Prayer. And I was like, oh, yeah, they got couch, too. He's like, wait, what? They don't have couches.
In verse 12, it's bed.
Verse 4?
12.
Who are you talking
It says bed in 11 and 12.
Yeah.
Bible now. Like, I feel like I need to take a picture
Who are
to
you
try to, or
talking
write it.
to?
I can't take a picture. It might change. I feel like I need to write it.
Yeah, my mind was blown when I read that. I'm going, wait a minute.
Jason,
Wait.
who
But
are you
in the end of it,
talking to?
insomuch, the second part of the sentence, insomuch that they were all amazed and glorified God, saying, we never saw it in this fashion. Huh. What does that say, though?
They'd
Never
seen it
saw it in
before.
this fashion. That
They'd
it's
seen
changed.
it before, but they'd seen it differently.
Right? Like what we're going through now.
Are
Yeah.
you talking to?
Cowboy and Curie.
Cowboy and Carrie. That is who is on my stream right now.
Tell her she can peep in and say hello.
Or
Cowboy,
jump up and
cowboy.
down and yell and
Wineskins in their
scream.
back.
Yeah, I saw that. The wineskins is back.
Is it back?
Yeah, it's back. In my
You're
new King
kidding. I'm
James.
gonna go to my kids.
The Bible's always said wineskin.
Well, no, it
that
got
didn't
turned to
change.
jars.
No, it changed to bottles.
Not mine.
King
No,
James changed
I
to
don't
bottles.
see any of the changes. I'll be honest with you. I don't see any of the changes in the Bible. My Bible still
don't?
says. No, I have the New American Standard. I don't go by the King James. And I don't look through all these different words.
A little food for
And-
thought. I've shared this in another chat. I don't know who it was. Everyone thinks I'm absolutely insane. My 9th grade teacher taught me this. Y'all were talking about not remembering school, but I do remember. My 9th grade English teacher. Do you know that Shakespeare had a hand in the Bible? He helped interpret it. Did you all know that?
No.
Psalm 40. I'll give y'all an opportunity to flip any Bible. Psalm 46. Go to 46. Psalm 46. Count 46 words from the beginning and 46 words from the end. One of them was tremble, and one of them was dagger, and he changed them to shake and spear. That's
wow.
how he put his signature in. And nobody believes me. Nobody. But it's there. He was 46 whenever he helped write the Bible or helped translate the Bible, whatever.
Wow.
It's in there. Like, there's no other, I mean, how much more proof you need other than 46, Psalms 46 words from the front, 46 words from the back. Shake and spear is in no matter which version you go to. They changed tremble to shake and dagger to spear. I swear to you.
Yeah, he did that. He did the translation when he was 46 years old.
Yes, and it was subliminal at that time. But I don't know how my English teacher found. Like, I don't know how he knew it. I don't know what religion, or if he was a religion, or what he grew. I don't know. I didn't ask no questions because I didn't know the Bible to argue at the time, and I'm not going to argue the Bible. I'll tell you what I'm reading now, and I'll tell you if it changes later. But I'm not going to argue it. I'll tell you what I know in my heart as far as trespasses. But I have a few little notes in here in purple. I know that that's little things that have changed. And I swear, if I come across a purple word that is back the same word, I might just...
You're going to find a few. You're going to find a bunch. I mean, the Mandela effect's dynamic. I mean, there's stuff changing back.
But see, and you know, my perspective on the Mandela effect was a lot of it affected people with the Bible. A lot, like Cowboy said, my Bible hadn't changed. All right, so in perspective, if it did change for somebody that knew what they knew, you know what? Their Bible might be 15, 20 years old. They picked it up for what it is now. You know what they did? They picked it up, and that's all they needed.
Yeah.
They opened up the book. They're finding their truth and their revelation. That's all that right there is an accomplishment.
Well, you know what I tell people that like experience these changes with the Bible verses is that instead of just keep looking at the same word change or
I look at the message.
Like maybe like study that verse, study that chapter. Maybe there's a reason God's directed you to that, and look into that. Read the whole thing. Don't just
Right.
Now it says
Cowboy,
now it says couch. Well, let's find out. Like let's read the whole verse.
Were you on Scarab's channel?
No,
I got real
I've been in
emotional,
his chapter.
and I was on Scarab, and who was it? What's his name? Starts with an H. Maybe it does. Long hair. Used to be in jail. Now he's sharing the word. No, Photo Helix. Okay. So they both chatted with me. And I told them my experience. You know, I was new to it. It was overwhelming. And I was like, I shared with my father-in-law. He grew up Southern Baptist, blah, 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 blah. I tried to prove all these points. I was trying to prove him wrong is what I was trying to do. That's not the point of it. But you had to share with me, this old man sharing these perspectives with me as I shared changes with him. He said, the lion and the lamb, that's, it doesn't matter if it's a lion or a wolf. What the purpose of that scripture is the enemy will lie with the innocent. Like, I never thought about that. I never thought that it could be, I thought it was word for word. He's like, no, and now he reads it every night, word for word. But what he had to say for me was kind of more God-led than it was for what he had to say. Because I knew he wouldn't say something like that. And then there was another thing that I shared with him, trespasses and debtors. He's like, the point is whatever it is, it's a sin. Because if you don't pay back a debt, it's a sin. I'm like, but it doesn't say nothing about paying it back. He said, the message is still there, Carrie. He said, and one day the message will not be there to refer to. The book will be gone because that's going to be the end times. There will be no book. And I'm like, wow. He said, so you know what that means? I said, what's that? He said, that it's not too late. He said, you know how God's coming back? I said, from the east on a white horse? He said, don't be deceived. And that's all it. I'm like, but it says it in the Bible. He's like, but that's my point. And I was on perspective, being open-minded ever since I found out Mandela, which was several months before. I found out Mandela before I found out the Bible changes. And when I found out the Bible change really kind of butt hurt me. I was like, why are they changing my Bible? The same Bible I've been reading, you know, studying for freaking 6 years now. And they changed it. And I'm like, what? I know what I read. And he's like, you know what's in your heart? That's what matters. That's what you need to count on, is what you know in your heart. Because you won't have it one day to know. You won't have it one day to reference. You won't have it one day to prove. And I'm like, here we go, you know, old Southern Baptist going to tell me, spare the rod and spoil the child. I need to beat my kid with a stick because that's a rod. And I'm like, I ain't beating my kid with a stick. You know, it was just perspective is all that was. But he had a lot to share with me for perspective on the changes. And he said, it's said, the words will not be as they were. And I was like, can you give me that scripture? He's like, I don't know it off the top of my head. He said, but I know it's in there. And I was like, huh, wow. Not saying I had not heard it. I knew it was coming. I knew the words.
I'll be right back. I got to do something.
Oh my God, how much better I got? Oh, I'm charging. Okay. There.
Turkey baster to get rid of all the damn mucus.
Can't help you.
Cowboy, you there?
Yeah.
I can't just pick you up. My back's right.
For what it's worth, you're cutting out, or I'm cutting out. For what it's worth, occasionally I will pray and I will open up my Bible and just say, lead me to what I need. And I always think, this random cowboy dude always said the same thing. I had already done it before, though. And I'll do it.
Isn't it, you know, and it's a wow factor, isn't it? It's crazy.
Well, it's the message you need at the time you need it. It's what that is.
Yeah, you know, and that's why I say, like, it's the living word. That verse that you pray to, randomly go to, you might have read 100 times before and not really, you know, might not have been important at the time like it is now, and all of a sudden it becomes an aha moment of, like, understanding what that verse means.
My life seems to be aha moments.
Right?
I mean, it's like another day. I'm like, oh, wow, what was missing, you know? Why didn't I realize that then? Well, it wasn't my time. And that's like with everyone. Like me with my husband, I try to prove him wrong. No, it's not his time. And I was shared by a lady that was a minister. She said I'd be the one to share the way with my husband. And I'm like, oh, well, I don't want that, you know, responsibility. She's like, well, honey, that's what I feel, and I have to share it with you. And I'm like, how am I supposed to lead him the right way? And this might just be it, you know, because I've been hung up on this for 2 years since I learned it. And he's gradually becoming more open to it. And I'm like, it's just my perspective. Be open to perspective. Right. And he knows, you know, when you read the Bible, you get a different interpretation each time. If you read it wholly, spiritually, not wholly as an H-O-L-Y, W-H-O-L-Y is what I mean. Like as a whole, like you read it for what you're being given at that time. And he said something to his brother, the one getting out of jail. He said something the other day, and I'm like, he said something about the Bible. I'm like, you want your book? You want to refer to it? Because it's in my side table. I know where it's at. You don't know where it's at. You don't preach about the Bible. You need to be able to hold it and back it up. And he was arguing it. And I said, do not argue the Bible. Don't argue it. Argue what you know in your heart. That's what you argue. You know what you know.
Right. If you're arguing with the Bible, that means you don't want to hear what it's telling you. You know,
or that you try to prove. No, he was trying to prove a point of what the Bible said. That's what I feel like Mandela has done, is try to prove all these people wrong. And it's like, that's not the point. It wakes up some people, but you're not supposed to prove people wrong. Maybe to make them aware, but don't try to drill it in them, because that's a dead end circle. You know, me with my husband,
right.
Like, this verse has changed. This verse has changed. He's like, it's a different interpretation. It's been changed. And I'm like, okay, that's a dead end wall. Why am I even trying? Well, he'll find it on his own.
You never try to prove anybody wrong.
You're not supposed to be the Bible.
What you do is you try to
inspire them.
Yeah, inspire them to find their own truth.
Absolutely, 100%. That's exactly everything that needs to be said tonight. Yes.
Me and Jason Christopher don't agree on a lot of things. We agree on other
Nobody
things.
does, but if ever
Me and Scarab,
point.
we're complete 180s on a ton of stuff. Me and Cowboy, we are 100% 180.
But what would be the point if you all agreed? You couldn't help one along the way. You couldn't help open their perspective. If we all agreed,
I
there
mean,
would be there would discussion. It would be like, okay, this is what it is. You know, I see a turquoise water and a bluish green water. All right, so we have different. It is the same, but it's not. It's perspective.
Yeah,
and
I
we
mean,
can inspire each other having differences by being open-minded. First of all.
Oh,
Well, you know, like I was saying on,
I gotta walk away again.
I was saying on my stream the other night that, you know, your walk with Christ is different than anybody else's. We're all at different levels.
It's your own. And, yes.
So if you have somebody that's like just learning, you know, I refer to it as math, like 1+1 in math. You don't go straight to algebra, you know. And we're all different levels.
And we're all taught us 5 ways to do it. Now my kids trying to figure out one way to do it. I'm like, well, honey, there's a way to get the answer all the way around.
Right? Yeah. So you know, and well, like my son, he was a prodigy math student. In 3rd grade, he was 11th grade math, and the teacher said, you know, he'd have to write out the problem. She's like, I got to be honest with you, I've been doing this for 30 years, and I can't follow him. All I know is he goes here. I get lost, and he has the right answer, and I don't know how he gets it. You know, so your walk, you know, where you might open the scripture and where your walk with Christ is, and then your husband opens that same scripture where his walk is. It could mean 2 different things to you,
right?
Because you're in different paths, you're on different levels.
Like my child, he'll tell me, you know, how he got the answer. And I'm like, honey, you know what? If you get graded wrong for not showing your work the correct way that they want you to, if you got the right answer to you, you found out the answer. I don't punish them for making an F on a math quiz, because math has been the most challenging in our household with 3 kids. You know, they all have math is English. Okay, it's got to be one way or the other.
Right.
In a general American English language, math is. They've got so many ways to do it. I was taught 4 and 5 ways to do it. I do them all just to make sure all the answers come out right. And they're like,
all right, everybody,
this is how you do it. And I'm open to that. I'm like, as long as you get the right answer, honey, I don't care if you showed your work, get it in your head. I'm not going to punish you for getting an F. I'm see if the teacher is not happy with that.
All right, everybody, I hate to do this. I really do. There's a conversation. Sounds like it's going to get really good really quick, but I got to kill this.
You're awesome, though. I've loved it. I have. Thanks for having me.
All right. Well, it was awesome, Carrie. So we'll have to have you on again. And I got your email. I stole it when you wrote it down. So.
Whenever I sent mine, yeah. Find me on Hangouts.
Yeah, Cowboy. If you want to take over, awesome. I've got to take care of Debbie. She's just fell.
Oh God.
Yeah, she's
okay,
gonna be. I gotta go take care of that. I gotta kill the stream.
All right.
Take care.
Love y'all. Love everybody in the chat.
Alrighty.
Everybody, I love you.
Take care.